We just want to say welcome to everybody and thank you for being here. This will just give us a little time to go over some details, particularly regarding Dogecoin. Now, we are looking at SHIBA was up just now, but let's look at Dogecoin. Guys, we're at a critical level on Dogecoin. I want everyone to pay attention. This is probably the most important video you've seen in a long time, guys, a long time about Dogecoin. Now, we just experienced a phenomenal, I'd say, event with Elon Musk. We have to go over that. And for you to understand essentially what is going on, the price of Dogecoin has broken down out of the descending triangle that I mentioned this morning, guys. I did a video this morning, and quite a few people have seen it thus far, but yes, the descending triangle that I brought up this morning, okay, in the video. Dogecoin has broken down out of that. Now it has returned up to the previous support. It is now confirming, guys, it's operating as a confirmation, okay, to where it could potentially drive further to the downside. So if you guys have exposure right now, I hope you're paying attention right now and that you were able to watch the video from this morning, okay? This descending triangle on Dogecoin is a very bearish pattern formation. We cover technical analysis on this channel, guys. I'm a previous finance professional, okay? Lead analyst, okay? Lead analyst on an equity fund, $1 billion equity fund out of Duke. I used to get paid a lot of money to be accurate. Please just pay attention, guys. This descending triangle, okay, that Dogecoin coming off the high of recently of about just under 75 cents, okay? And this M pattern formation, guys, we covered all of this morning. Just to recap, okay, the M pattern formation in and around, let's say, mid-April, okay, achieved a retracement. Thereafter, a methodical rise, okay, a methodical rise. Then essentially a replication of this M pattern formation. We would have expected, guys, to have seen this same type, okay, that we saw after the mid-April, the same type of a methodical rise in price. Instead, what did we see? We saw this retracement, just like previously, okay, in mid-April, we saw this retracement. We established a support instead of achieving, guys, instead of achieving this kind of nice upward slope, a slow, methodical, kind of upward trajectory. Instead of that, we retraced the entire amount of the next movement and we landed upon the same support. So that right in there caused some caution, at least some concern in terms of reestablishing after, okay, reestablishing something other than a bearish trend after the retracement. The retracement is by nature, okay, a bearish, you're in the midst of a kind of a micro bearish trend, okay? It's necessary essentially after every new high, but the fact that after the original mid-April, guys, the mid-April M pattern formation that we were able to achieve this slow methodical rise to the upside, and that after this one, we have pounded down again into the same level of support. Guys, what it's doing, it's establishing a descending triangle, okay? In terms of technical analysis, this is very important. If you guys are not into technical analysis, just understand that these types of events are very, very calculable, and that's what we focus on here at the channel. If you guys are new, turn on your notifications after you subscribe. We also have a VIP membership level wherein we're able to, bring some detailed information, some special trades to the group. We have over 50 right now. If you guys would like to join a good trading group and become a member of the channel, we would really, really appreciate that. We'd love to have you. It's a great group thus far. So as we look, guys, at the chart right now, essentially this descending triangle is a continuation pattern. Okay, that means essentially if we are to take, let's go ahead and take I always say, where's my scuba mask? If we are to take this pattern, it begins, okay, going down, okay? It begins with a negative trajectory in price. That's how it begins. It's a continuation pattern because it's expected to break down and continue this original movement down. So this is a new phenomenon that is not represented, guys. That is not part of this previous price action. So this is a new phenomenon that you're experiencing right now. Essentially, Guys, the low target that I covered this morning is a drastically low target. I want you to know that. It's not guaranteed that it's going to happen. It may happen. And I would just bring up the fact, guys, in terms of your exposure, that's your decision. None of this is financial advice. You guys know that. And I just have to say that because, I was a financial professional for years. So just understand this is not financial advice. You can do your own homework, get your own advice. A lot of brokers know about Dogecoin. You guys might enjoy meeting some or dealing with some. If this were to break out to the downside, guys, it could just be kind of a fatal blow, and it would put us back in line underneath, I'd say, what previously operated as a level of support in forming this descending triangle, and I would hate to see that act as a resistance trying to get back above that. Essentially, we've achieved a new tier in this level, and breaking down would be kind of fatal. Now, let's look in terms of what is confirmation. A lot of people don't know what confirmation is. Typically, we'll trade something. If you were to short this, okay, if someone were to short Doge, they would look at the descending triangle. As soon as it breached this level of support, if they were going to short it, okay, if they were going to trade and try and profit off of it going down, they would want a reconfirmation of the previous level of support to turn into resistance and then thrust to the downside, okay? So this right here, this touch right here, okay, if you guys can see that, I'll even zoom in so you guys can definitely see this. This touch right here is a confirmation, okay? That's a confirmation. Now, can it go to the upside? Absolutely. We hope that it does go to the upside, but in the context of this, you just be aware of the fact that it has retraced, guys, it essentially, it's a negative retracement. It's a retracement up in this instance because we're dealing with kind of a negative price action. When you're dealing with a positive price action, it retraces down. When you're dealing with a negative price action, we would say it's retracing up to the former level of support, now going to act as resistance. So this is a big deal right now. We're in kind of a crux mode for Dogecoin. Let's take a quick look at what has caused a frenzy in the markets. Let's take a quick look. I know that you guys are probably aware of this. Tesla, okay, this is Elon Musk. Tesla and Bitcoin. This was today at 5:06 p.m., May 12, 2021. Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea. Now listen, guys, listen. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it has a promising future. But this cannot come at great cost to the environment. Now listen, Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are also, ding, 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 we are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction, okay, or energy per transaction. Okay, they're currently looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy per transaction, energy consumption per transaction. Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? Because we just heard, guys, was it yesterday? We just received kind of another tweet from Elon stating, "Do you want Tesla to accept Doge?" Yeah, he just asked if we would like Tesla to accept Doge. Now today he's saying they're no longer accepting Bitcoin. So this could be phenomenal news for Dogecoin. Okay, so in terms of the negative information that we've received, in terms of the chart, what it's presenting to us right now, we have kind of contraindicating good positive, kind of an inference, if you want to say an inference, about the potential of Tesla using Doge, okay, which is much more efficient than Bitcoin on an energy to transaction basis. We have him stating this on the 11th. That was yesterday. Then today he's stating that they're not going to use Bitcoin any longer. So this is Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. Huge blow, guys, huge blow to the Bitcoin market. Potentially fantastic for Dogecoin. So I want you guys to be excited in spite of the technicals. It's just we have some incredible potential fundamental news where it looks like Elon may be pushing towards Dogecoin. If it could accept this type of adoption, not just from Tesla, but everyone started looking at Dogecoin as kind of a widespread, a means of transaction that's energy efficient, etc., cleaner energy, guys, it could really be that currency of the future that you guys want. So I encourage you guys to try and look past the technicals if you can. And I can bring up some other issues today with some other coins. Guys, we had a phenomenal day. I'm going to tell you that. I know it was a difficult day waiting. We got to you with an early, I'd say, video talking about this descending triangle, worried about the fact it could break down, how bearish it was. We're now in a position where it has broken down. It's now using that previous line of support. Here it was a support. Here it's a support. It's broken through. Now it's trying to use it as a resistance to essentially move down. Now, this would be a very, very negative move for Dogecoin, at least in the near term. So the news does not match up with, the inference does not match up with the technicals. We would expect there to be a greater push towards Dogecoin. Instead, it looks Dogecoin and says it's up about 10%. It doesn't feel like that at all right now, guys, from a technical standpoint, and not to be negative whatsoever, but I want these technicals to match up with the news. I want them to reflect the fact that Tesla is, that Doge is kind of the star right now, that it's the standout, that this is, a good thing. Bitcoin may be off the map in terms of it being a means of transaction, and Doge may be on the map. So I don't see that reflected in the actual charts. As you guys get more involved in technical analysis, you will learn, oddly enough, that it's very frequent that events will occur. News will be generated, and in spite of all of that, you will still look at your technicals and you will wonder how in the world did all of that just occur, and it's perfectly in line with the technical analysis. The news right now, kind of the drop in the market, guys, it was perfectly in line with what I stated this morning in the video. Perfectly. Descending triangle, potential breakout to the downside. We've now confirmed this previous line of support as resistance, and it's just, these are how things unfold in spite of the human factor. So this is why, guys, this is why, as we look at the video this morning and we look at the circumstance now, this is why we focus on technical analysis. This is kind of one of the important components of it, is that it's kind of a psychological predictor. It's hard to get away from, and it's it's just something that we know brings a lot of value to the space. And we really appreciate your subscribing. We appreciate your membership, guys. We're doing phenomenally well as a group. I do want to bring up, if you guys have an ounce of patience, if I could bring up one instance, if you'll give me just a moment. We've been working very hard all day. If you could give me one moment, I would appreciate it, to discuss a trade, guys. If we could discuss a trade, I don't know if you want to discuss a trade, for instance, on SHIBA. It had a very difficult day. I want you to know, based on technicals, and you guys can appreciate this for the channel's sake, we forecasted this morning to you in a video. You can watch that video. We tried to get the information out so people would know this may be coming on Dogecoin. What else did we talk about? Well, guys, I was able to give our VIP section just an incredible kind of forecast on, I give them information, guys. I deliver it in kind of a private forum. And, we discuss, details. We discuss trades. One of the trades today, essentially, guys, it hit for 50%. So I want you guys to know that amidst the problems, amidst the situations where you may feel stagnant, there are other options. And I'm just happy to have been able to bring, like SHIBA, the SHIBA trade, guys. I sent out notification once this level hit. You see these are all levels of trades, guys. Once this hit, I just want to show you, guys, it was up past 50%. So this was a 50% trade that was scheduled up at the beginning of the day, delivered, guys, to the VIP team, the VIP members early today. So I'm constantly giving them trade ideas. I'm constantly, not financial advice, but I'm constantly trying to better, kind of their I guess not approach, but kind of their experience in terms of crypto. And it's the same thing I'm trying to do, on a consistent basis with the entire kind of space right now. And I know we're growing. I want it to grow organically, and I appreciate you guys being a part of that. So yeah, on SHIBA, there were great profits today, guys, 50%, while we're kind of frustrated on Dogecoin. I'm not sure what else you're spending your time on in the market, or if you're just holding. If you are, I really give you credit. But as Bitcoin breaks down, right now Bitcoin is sub 50,000. As we look at this, the toll on Bitcoin, and guys, you have to look at this, it's driving your market. Okay, the toll on Bitcoin is a pretty heavy toll. When Elon tweeted, guys, Bitcoin fell through the floor, everything else has followed it. So, as we look at that, we found other trade opportunities. People have done well today in the group, and it's just nice to have a group like that where people are capable of trading, they're executing their trades, and that's why we're here, guys, to spearhead kind of this mission of putting traders together and just making sure that everyone's having a good time and doing well. So we appreciate your time. As we look, I want to bring up one kind of additional fact here. What we may run into on Dogecoin that could operate as kind of a springboard. Let's talk about one option here that I think you guys will like. And you guys can see the video from this morning in terms of pricing targets. I think we're very accurate today in terms of pricing targets on a lot of information delivered to the VIP. So that 50%, you guys who hit that 50% on SHIB, way to go. Way to go. And I think it's a great story that SHIB had, what is it? The founder of Ethereum donated $1 billion to India, okay, in SHIB. So I think that's phenomenal news for SHIB. And guys, I know it's way down on the price, but we typically trade things on the way down. We also like to experience them on the way up, of course. So what I'm going to bring up in terms of Dogecoin right now, let's look at something that could act as a springboard. I'd like to see if this could act as a springboard. As we look at the previous high in this area, and we can either go to the previous high in mid-April, okay, in and around, I believe it got up to about 45 cents, guys. 45 cents, and actually on the lines about 42 cents. As we look at this kind of, this convergence, take a look here. What I would like to see, if possible, is that this area tried to consolidate, and that this previous high back in here that was acting as resistance, that this area right here somehow act as a support, pushing Dogecoin to the upside. It would be a really, really phenomenal move. It would be something that, technically speaking, it would be beautiful, guys. If we could take this and somehow we could reconnect with this zone and use this as a trajectory to the upside, guys, technically, it would make a lot of sense. It would just be a beautiful, beautiful move to get Dogecoin back up into the area where it's achieving some new growth. It will take some investment for that to occur. The right conditions will need to happen, but that is a possibility. So as we talk about, well, it's in kind of a crucial zone. It's kind of in, I think played a siren, guys, on the video this morning because I said we're in need of some critical care. Well, we're certainly there. I really meant it on the Dogecoin because the descending triangle, guys, this is a very bearish pattern. It's a continuation pattern that is built to continue to the downside, okay? So that pattern that has formed has broken out. It's now, guys, it's now turning into this level of resistance. I want to see it consolidate. I want to see a small consolidation, and if we can springboard off this previous level, guys, this previous level of resistance, if we can turn that somehow into a level of support, okay, and thrust back up to the upside, that would be ideal. We may still have to deal with everything in here in this triangle. So don't be surprised if we have to deal with every single, I'd say every nook and cranny of every aspect before us. And that's probably loud. That's probably loud. Let's see how that is. Looks like we have a super chat. I appreciate that, Albert. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. That makes a difference to get some attention and create some positive action here. That's very very nice. Let's see what Albert has to say. I appreciate you very much. Very nice of you. What's your take on holding Doge long term? My average cost is 11 with 82,000 coins. Congratulations, Albert. Congratulations. Do you think this is a healthy correction or is it a crash? Wow. The issue I'd say right now in terms of it being a crash, in terms of it being a correction, it very well stated. Let me say that. Very well stated. It sounds like you have a little bit of maybe more than a little bit of acumen in terms of kind of business intelligence or market intelligence. Congratulations on your position right now. That's 82,000 coins is a nice position, particularly at the price that we're at right now. Yeah, you've held through a lot. If you've held since 11 cents, that's a phenomenal, you've been through a lot. Let me say that. You've been through the elimination. Let's talk what Albert has been through. He's already been through multiple times the elimination of, let's say 50%, near 50% of the value of his holdings, guys. Remember when we were at 45 cents, if you guys will recall that, to the low, guys, actually more than that, guys, went at about 55. If we go to the candles, I'll tell you exactly what Albert has been through, and he doesn't want to go through it again. No one should want to go through that. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, Albert experienced a drop of, it looks like about, guys, if you'll remember that, Albert, it was about 70% and around April, April 21st, I want to say. Yeah, April 21st, April 22nd. So 70%, guys, that's going from, say, $100,000 to $30,000. So that's a big, big hit. So I appreciate the question. And long term, I'm going to say this. Believe it or not, I honestly believe, Albert, it's going to hinge on the next number of hours. Okay, I literally believe that it's going to hinge on the next number of hours. And I honestly believe if we're looking long-term for Doge, this is kind of the lifeline that needs to be thrown to it, is that immediately within the next kind of time frames, these periodic time frames that occur, we need to establish this level as a level of support. We need to go back and challenge this previous triangulation. However that is, we need to conquer through this. Okay, this is step one, springboard. Step two is getting through this, and I mean it may frustrate, guys, that you may be surprised. So we need to get back in through this, then we may frustrate like this, then we need to get somehow out of this, then we need to reconfirm, and we need to get out. So you can see the challenge that's presented right now. And it just, this is the time frame within which I'm going to say that I'd like to see it happen. I think it's technically indicated. It may frustrate out longer. It may not be essentially what happens. But if you're looking for a time frame so that you know, it may be about, let's say, a day and 16 hours. It looks like we have about a day and 16 hours, and I will specify this for you. Since you asked, I will specify this precisely so that you have an exact estimate on the timing. I would just watch it very closely during that time frame so that you are very aware of your holdings. I know that you're obviously very capable in terms of gauging the market sentiment. So that is about perfect there, and I will just bring that in. Let's take a look at kind of how long that gives us to really look at the parameters. Probably a period of about, I'd say, and let me move this over so I can give you an exact kind of estimate here, up into the point of about, let's see, 15th. Okay, so we're looking at a little bit of time. We have a little bit of time on that. Okay, we've got just a touch here. That if we extend that out, it's going to be about 2 days, maybe 2 days and an hour. It can move more quickly than that. That would be the threshold if it wants to kind of hang around and not do much. I'd say we have about 2 more days to really make something happen. You guys know recently Doge has been moving very slowly. Okay, the time until the expiration of this triangulation, essentially the completion of this technical pattern, is about 2 days. So I can mark that here, and we will just have that on the map. And if you have questions, you can, essentially take a screenshot of that there if you'd like to, Albert. That's kind of the time frame within which I'd like to see this, really conquer this this triangulation and move to the upside. That would, in terms of remaining relevant, I think that would be very important in showing the strength and ability to get up. Now, all it would take, guys, is one really nice move to the upside. It wouldn't take much. You guys know that Dogecoin is capable of that. So let's remember that. Now, it's just been kind of flailing, I'd say, recently. It's been in a position where, it's used this line of support. It's bounced. It's used the line of support again, and then it's bounced less. And then this was the concern, guys. As it does that and continues to bounce less and less, it's just forming this descending triangle. So I'd say the immediate concern right now, Albert, is this a crash? I'd say we've been through, and I know what you're thinking of, because we've already retraced, we've already gone down about 40%. I know what you're thinking. You have already been down. Let's see, you've already been down. What was that, 70%? And I know you don't want your holdings to erode, that much more. If we were to go down the equivalent, let's look at this. If we were to go down the equivalent. And let's just bring this into scope here. This was a drop of 70%. If we were to go down the equivalent of 70%. And let's just reconfirm that to kind of put this into context for Albert. He was able to show some I don't know, some dynamics for the community. We really appreciate that, just to get the community talking. It's very insightful. It's very important on your behalf. We appreciate it. So this 71% that it dropped, if we were to drop 71% from the most recent all-time high, let's put this in perspective. 71% would put us right at 21 cents, 21.6. So as we look at that, let's look at 21.6 would essentially be the kind of the end all be all kind of figure. And I would just say, if it behaved, believe it or not, if it just behaved as aggressively as it did to the downside, Albert, on this mid-April move, we could almost expect and justify a move, guys, to the 21.6. I know that's low, but there's a 71% drop. There's a 71% drop. It's an equivalent drop of the overall price. Okay, in terms of what it presents of this most recent frequency, it's a much greater drop, guys. It would be essentially almost a complete closeout of the entirety of this previous action, which would be unique to it. But that's what you'd essentially be looking at, and that would be really aggressive. I know that. You'd be looking at essentially cutting the current price in half, and I know no one wants to do that. I don't think that necessarily needs to occur. Now, with someone's asked about, Joe Thomas has asked about Harmony One. I'm glad that you were able to do that, Joe. Thank you. I appreciate you asking and bringing that to the attention of everyone. Let's take a quick look at Harmony One. Harmony One is the long-lost brother of Dogecoin, okay? And I'm just going to say that because, guys, you have to understand, Harmony One was shut down just like Dogecoin was shut down. And that was it was around about the time it got really hot. They decided to just shut it down. So Binance moved in, and it was just was really unfortunate. But that's just the way it went, guys. That's the way that it went. So we look at Harmony One as kind of the long lost brother of Dogecoin. Some of you may be invested in both. It's a nice group, and we appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk about it. Now, what I have laid out on Harmony One right now essentially is a Fibonacci. Okay, we go from the initiation of the price trend. We bring it up to the peak, then we extend it over to kind of give ourselves a nice look at the price action. Normally, I'll toggle on and off the candlesticks, guys. I'll go from the lines, I'll draw on the lines, then I'll turn on the candlesticks to see exactly at what level we achieved. We've achieved a retracement in line to this 78.6, about to the 9 cents. Okay, so the market maker picked that up. On the actual line chart, it doesn't look like yet we have done that. I'll say you are right now in contact with, and you're essentially, I'm going to tell you, in the near term, I'd be surprised if you didn't achieve some positive price action. You're right now, you have contacted and you've come into contact with the golden pocket. That's the 61.8. The 61.8 to the 65th percentile. And I'll just say, if we go to the golden pocket, you'll see it right here. You have hit that mark perfectly in terms of the retracement. That's a key level. Not that you won't go lower, but this about 11 cents to 11.23. This has exactly been hit. I would say it needs a little bit more time to determine if that's going to take. If that doesn't take to the upside, what I would anticipate is that it's going to want to move down even a little bit further to this 78.6, which is about, what is that? About 9 9/10 cents. So at one of these levels, you should achieve some good support there. The thing with Harmony, again, it's very similar to Dogecoin. We can bring up the same scenario. Is what needs to occur right now? We'll move this to the top. I really appreciate you guys bringing that up in the context of something that we could all discuss and kind of see in front of us. We'll move this up since you guys asked about it. Whatever you guys ask about, we'll move up to the top. We may cover them more in the future, so we appreciate that. But the same thing that needs to happen to Harmony One is the same thing that right now needs to occur with Dogecoin. Now, the problem that Harmony One is facing is it's not in a scenario where it's achieved its, let's say it's achieved its retracement. It's not achieving this slow and methodical rise to the upside. This is a very important part of the construction of a price dynamic that's going to achieve a new high. Harmony One is stuck in the trough. So until one of those kind of micro frequency takes, until one of those Fibonacci levels really starts to take off, we're going to see kind of, we don't want to see a flat line. We don't want to see a, let me get rid of these issues here. I had done something for you guys this morning, but we didn't get to it in the video. But as you see this, we don't want this to continue to just, continue to, let's say, just frustrate to the downside. We'd like to see it, continue in a slow, methodical move to the upside, okay? And then at some point, we're going to, run into a scenario where, and let me just do this, you're gonna run into a scenario where you're gonna want to break out from that. So just, very similar, again, very similar to what we're seeing with Dogecoin. Dogecoin and essentially Harmony One both need to start establishing this progress to the upside. They need to start kind of climbing the hill, were it to say. But I don't see any major problems with Harmony One in terms of its ability to achieve that. So let me just state that. I know that a lot of people have been investing in it. Some notable names have been investing in it, and I think it's a project with some potential. Particularly, it's at a low price right now, and at those lower prices, you guys have been experiencing some greater gains. So I wish you the best of luck in that. I think you do have room to the upside to move to the upside. So I would just state that in terms of pricing targets, etc. It would be great to get you back in. What was the pricing target in and around that high? Was about 22 cents if I just recall off the cuff. I think it was about 22 cents. It'd be nice to get there. It will take moves like with what you saw here with Dogecoin. Now, Dogecoin accomplished this. Guys, how long did it take Dogecoin to accomplish all of this? It took about a month for Dogecoin to get where it's at right now. About 24 days, about a little over 3 weeks for that to occur. Now, since the point in time of the retracement, if it can start this, if it can kind of mimic what Dogecoin did, that'd be fantastic. If it could start to rise up and achieve a new high, even break through that new high, and I'd say like 11 days, that'd be amazing. But that's where a lot of people choose to work with Dogecoin. They choose to focus on Dogecoin because it has this amazing price action. So the fact that it's slower and more deliberate may just reflect kind of the I'd say even the technology, kind of the point of from the staking to the different elements in Harmony One. They may be looking for essentially more of a kind of a long-term investment and even a percentage yield. So yeah, I look forward to you guys, being good with Harmony One. Let's see. Well, I appreciate that, Joe Thomas. You've been here since the beginning when Harmony was the main coin. And yeah, we did a whole lot, and we really appreciate you letting us know that. Thank you so much. We'd love to have you as a part of Basecamp. And we cover Dogecoin. We cover kind of the main coins that the crowd essentially kind of demands of us. And we have these VIPs, guys. We want to trade price action. That's what we want to trade. And the worst thing, we don't want to see people stuck in their coins. So whether or not that is Dogecoin or anything else, we want to apply the technicals and see if we can actually and coming through with a big kind of new position here is just Joe Thomas. We really appreciate all the support. We don't want to, Joe, he's been here for a long time, so he's seen us trade. Guys, we trade, like I'm talking, we trade, okay? I mean, he knows, Joe knows, but we're extremely technical. So I don't know that there's another channel that's literally on pricing targets the way that we are. When we draw a Fibonacci, and I'll just, do this as kind of a, just a take on Joe. He has seen us draw so many Fibonaccis. It is just what we use to predict price, and it's just amazing. As we look at this, let's take another look. For Joe, let's apply this to Dogecoin. Then let's go over and let's do a little more work on Harmony One just briefly, so you guys can kind of see the similarities. And they're both great projects, both very popular, guys, both very popular. So as we look at these levels, guys, these levels of the Fibonacci's, and Joe knows this. He's been around. We really appreciate you, shouting out and saying hello tonight. That's nice to hear something from you. So as we look at this 50% retracement here, the 50% retracement, and let me go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see that on your screen a little bit better. As we look at that 50% retracement, we start at the initiation of the price of the trend upwards, okay? We go to essentially the high. That's what we're going to do. A lot of people think that all of this is just random. A lot of people think it's just going to move randomly. That's the random walk theory, guys. We don't believe in random walk theory. We believe in technical analysis. A lot of people are very schooled in technical analysis. They study it at finance institutes. I do have a degree from Duke University. So in economics, okay, economics, and I'm certified in markets. So looking at technical analysis, using a tool like the Fibonacci, just remember the Fibonacci they are a kind of a preset order. Okay, a preset, set of ratios. Okay, percentages of retracement. The percentage that the price action wants to give back after achieving a low to high price action. So after moving up, what percentage does it want to move back? And they're just the standard of the industry. So this 23.6, this 38.2, the 50%, or the 61.8. or this 78.6. Now, you don't have to remember those. All you have to do is choose your Fibonacci tool on TradingView or on Binance or whatever exchange you're on, and draw it on up. And guys, I'll just tell you, it immediately calculates not just the percentages, but it gives you the actual dollar amount. Those are the dollar amounts that we literally use as pricing targets. So when we look at this hit, let's say along the 50%, let's say the ratio, the 50%, the price target, guys, it's exactly given us this price target of 415, 41 and a half cents. Okay. So as we look at that, guys, this is where it hits. I mean, all of these ratios, these pricing targets are spot on. The next one down, and we can redraw and get out the scalpel, guys. That's what we normally do, is get out the scalpel, make sure these are perfect. We just drew this Fibonacci relatively closely, but you see the hits right in here. These are the pricing targets. This is where people are entering into trades, okay, achieving a return. Normally, day traders, you call them day traders, but just people who want to trade. They're in a market that want to trade. These are predictive levels, guys, that you're going to hit. Okay, and you expect to hit and achieve some sort of a return. So Joe has definitely been here for a long time. He's seen us use Fibonacci's with an incredible amount of success. We've used them on Harmony One, and guys, Harmony One has had some phenomenal price action. Dogecoin, I'd say rivaled maybe by Dogecoin. We found some recently, Joe. I'll go ahead and point out to you so that you know. SHIB has had some incredible price action. Today it achieved a kind of a bottom line support and around the 78.6 as we look at SHIB. Guys, I know it's a hot coin. I just want to let you know this bottom level of support. When I talk about pricing, pricing targets, guys, you can see this thing. It looks like a war zone. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4 pricing targets that went out today. This level right here, just so you know at what level we trade. I know you guys are interested in trading because you're here listening to the channel. This situation right here, I brought SHIB up to, along with these different levels today, to the VIP section. And I said, guys, these are the levels for entry, essentially giving them, a bare bones kind of look at the Fibonacci's, very detailed look at this Fibonacci's. So this was the price target that hit the best, guys. It was a 50% gain, 52.66%. I sent it to them, and this is at the heaviest level of cash as well, based upon the strategy that we like to use. So a 52% gain, guys. So if you're looking at trying to put together maybe a trading club or getting involved with some people that kind of know how to operate, I'll let you know the VIP club they are very capable in terms of trading. A lot of them have what we call just really hot hands, and I'll present this as well. Some of you know that the owner, or at least the founder of Ethereum today, he gave $1 billion to the India COVID Relief Fund, okay, in SHIB. I think that's phenomenal because it may change the fact that SHIB is just a meme coin. Now it's been a major source of kind of philanthropy and has that in its repertoire, kind of in its history. I think it's phenomenal. Most people thought that was the reason that SHIB went down. I'll tell you guys that literally I sent notification to beforehand. Okay, I sent notification to the VIP crew before that of the fact that it looked like it was going to break out of this triangle. Here it is. This is, and just pay attention to this because everyone wants to know the fundamentals. Well, you couldn't predict that, or you couldn't predict this. Look, this was 23 hours ago, and I have this breaking down. If you guys can see this, this is SHIB, guys, and it's the hot new coin. It's trying to take over the world, right? So but essentially a breakout 23 hours ago. You guys can see that 23 hours ago. All right, a breakdown I'm showing from this triangulation with essentially, if you'll look at this huge downward trajectory before there was any news, guys, from any news at all from the Ethereum or anything else. Look at what happened, guys. Exactly this. So you can blame on the Ethereum founder. You can blame it on, blame it on whatever, circumstance you want to blame it on. But we're able to decipher this beforehand. We get ahead of the news. We focus on the technicals. The technicals, 9 times out of 10, guys, maybe 8 times out of 10. There's always variations. But, it's going to tell us as something's breaking down. And that's the key here, guys. This was already breaking down. So it already looked like it was headed down. So that was, a big warning. Confirmation appears to have been effectuated. I'm saying it is going down. Beware of a fake out, of course, while understanding the magnitude of the move potentially to the downside. This was 23 hours ago, guys, before it took off and went down. Okay, so the move today was not a surprise at all. And guys, this is the private zone in the back for our VIP crew, members only VIP crew, and it wasn't a surprise. So if you guys are looking at how to kind of protect maybe your portfolio or interact with other people who might be able to kind of teach you or just hang out with, etc., it's a good group. We're able to make these calls, and it's just due to technical analysis, guys. It's not financial advice. It's just, it's as simple as, well, we need to put the wheels on the tires on the car and get the car going down the road. That's essentially what we're looking at. So we applied that, got 50% gain based upon that bottom level. Phenomenal day. We really appreciate, we appreciate you, Joe, asking about Harmony One. If there's anything else in specific that you'd like to know about it, that would be great. I appreciate you just shouting out and letting me know you've been here since the beginning. It looks like, it does look like, it's kind of primed to do something. This is kind of I'd just like to see this hit at least to the 786. If we go back to the lines, you're right at, right now you're at the golden pocket. Everyone's waiting for those opportunities. So you're at that key ratio again. That it's the golden ratio. 61.8 to the 65th percentile. So as we look at that, it is precisely where you're at. That should achieve some positive price action. If it doesn't, I'd say that'd be a little troublesome. So I'd keep an eye on this the next, say, 5, 6, 7 hours to see if you're going to move up. If not, if you have to test that 78.6, I think that would be an indicative sign that maybe Harmony One is a little bit more bearish when it could be bullish and just, react kind of in a phenomenal way from this 61.8. So I think it was a very timely question in terms of that. And I appreciate the opportunity to give you the analytics on that. And thanks for sticking around. I appreciate that because we don't talk about Harmony One quite as much. So as we are dealing with the circumstance here, again, remind yourselves, okay, what we're looking at on Dogecoin. Guys, we're looking at this continuation pattern, which is guys, effectively, it is built to go to the downside. Okay, once this negative price, this retracement occurs, once this bounces, and this is why it's the continuation pattern, guys. Once you bounce, once you get into it operates as a feed through. I want you guys to know this channel, the entirety of this triangulation. Okay, it begins to bounce in this. They call it a continuation pattern because essentially it continues to the downside. So as you guys, maybe you've heard that, a continuation pattern, but essentially it spills down into it and it spills down out. A continuation pattern could also be one that is going, let's say it's building up into a price action in a bullish fashion. It would be expected to continue to the upside. So that's what they say when they mean a continuation pattern. So we appreciate just being able to talk to you guys a bit about technicals, and I know that you guys are a very intelligent group, so this does make sense to you, and I know you guys have learned a lot. I think the whole space is really developing in terms of technical analysis. You guys are seeing, with a lot of the work here at the channel and some other channels, kind of the purpose, kind of a reliance on technical analysis. And it is this, the entirety of the program that we are using is wonderfully kind of important in terms of putting together kind of the framework of what we're invested in and, essentially what we can expect. These moves, if they're predictable, guys, they're easy to profit off of if they're predictable and to the extent they are predictable. So it looks like, we have B1 Life. B1 Life wants to know about what's going on with SHIBA. Let's go over to SHIBA. We just talked about that a little bit. We had some pricing targets today, and those pricing targets went off like gangbusters. Last night, if you probably just showed up. So last night, what we did was we were able to get information, and this is in the VIP lounge. Okay, in the VIP lounge, that's the top level of membership. I give this information, kind of the predictives, kind of the night before. This was 23 hours ago. I did show, look, alert possible breakdown from SHIB triangulation. Confirmation appears to have been effectuated, meaning it had broken out. Beware of the fake out while understanding the magnitude of the move potentially to the downside. So I'm stating, guys, this is a bearish pattern. Beware, it's broken out, confirmation has been effectuated, and we're expecting this move to the downside. So just that you know, B1 Life, you know, absolutely. We called this out yesterday to our VIP crew so they would be prepared and not be involved in kind of that negative price action. Instead, we set up pricing targets. That's what we moved to. If something's going to retrace, we set up pricing targets, and that's essentially what we do on kind of every move. If something's moving down, we use these pricing targets. They're pre-calculated. It's a very easy component that people can get into. Now, in terms of kind of where it is at and where it is going, the good thing is if you can find your way to understand what's going on and kind of enter in at the right levels, you know, this was a move, B1 Life, it was a move for 50% today. And if you have to zoom in to see this, guys. You have to really zoom in to appreciate that fact, because you may not understand exactly how it was effectuated. But it came into contact with this last level that was calculable in and along here. Okay, this level is calculated, and I can move this up just a little so you can see that. This, you know, complete retracement level was this quad odd 1613. Okay, that's essentially this lower level that's calculable. It struck this level. The market maker came down and he picked up those orders. And look, guys, from this exact location, just a nice, you know, dead on hit there, up to this to the height here. I texted, I took a screenshot and I gave it to the VIP traders, and I said, you know, case closed. Like, that's it, case closed, over and out, sayonara. So it was a great move there. What is going to occur with SHIB? And guys, you know, we love the fact that it was just used as a $1 billion donation. I hate to say it's showing anybody up. It's certainly not in the price action right now. Again, this was all predictive. It's just the technicals. But the fact that there would be a $1 billion donation, you have to think about that, guys. Elon Musk, okay, who just came out today on guys, think about this. Elon Musk just came out today saying there will be no more. Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. Okay, now what had Tesla done? Tesla had, if you guys will recall, put in like over $1 billion into Bitcoin. That was a big move by the world's biggest businessman. Today, guys, today we had Vlad, okay? We had the founder of Ethereum, right? The founder of Ethereum, okay? What is this? Vitalik. I call him Vlad. Vitalik, okay? He literally donated $1 billion, the equivalent of what Elon Musk, what his entire corporation did for Bitcoin. Okay, Vitalik did this for the founder of Ethereum, guys. Okay, he gave $1 billion to India. Phenomenal. In what? In SHIB. Okay, so the meme coin SHIB just took an intergalactic kind of, I'd say, if you want to talk about some PR, that's just phenomenal, guys. That's just, I mean, that's some heavy news to hit. This was all technical, what was going to occur. But you have to put this in kind of context here in terms of, you know, Elon Musk. We all love Elon. He's kind of the hero of crypto. And we'll just say that, like, today was kind of the day for Vitalik. It was just really phenomenal news. $1 billion. He's on the same level right now in terms of, you know, kind of a market mover in crypto is just really phenomenal to see. So I think that's really, really strong news for SHIB. And I just think it takes it beyond a mere meme coin to something that people may be willing to invest more at lower levels. I know personally I may be willing to invest more at lower levels, irrespective of the price, and just kind of support that push, maybe even use it as an instrument of donations. Me personally, I might like to follow kind of that lead, and I don't know of another. You have to think, guys, of you who like. You who like Dogecoin. Well, it used to be used for tips, right? Well, now we have SHIB, which could be used for maybe donations. So I think that's really, really phenomenal. I like that fact. And what a lead. I just want to say what a lead, because I didn't know in the very beginning that he had donated it. I thought he sold them or something like that. No, I found out that he had donated them to India for the COVID relief. I thought, you know, hats off to you, brother. That's really, really, really phenomenal work there. Thank you for being such a great example for all of us. So I look forward to SHIB's long-term potential, and it makes me worry about the price less, and it makes me like the fundamentals a whole lot more than a lot of these other coins, guys. We can go through a lot of other coins Dogecoin, I love Dogecoin in terms of the community, in terms of kind of the feeling that it has, it just the general amiable kind of nature of it, just kind of very amiable. I'll say very very kind, accepting, etc. Very lighthearted. The fact that SHIB has been used now as such a huge instrument, $1 billion, the equivalent of what Tesla invested in Bitcoin, guys, and nearly. I think it was 1 billion to 1.5 that they had put into Bitcoin. But guys, the fact that it's on par with that and it came from a single individual is huge. I think that's just huge news, and it defines the entire crypto space, and it defines this specific SHIB. It defines SHIB in a way that it's just in some ways it is kind of priceless. So I look forward to seeing how it's going to stay on my radar. I'm just going to tell you that, irrespective of where it wants to go, it's going to stay on my radar. And I'm just looking forward to seeing kind of how it does. Maybe I'll choose to do some donations in SHIB as well. Maybe some other people will also. So I think that's. I think that's nice news. So this triangulation, again, you guys know kind of where we're standing with that. You can see it just kind of I don't know, just hammering into. This closing line is this green vertical line here for Dogecoin. We are expecting some type of a resolution. We're not going to just expect kind of a frustration sideways. Although I will state that it has been horribly slow. Dogecoin, which is usually full of price action, for some reason, it's just been like stagnant. I'm not sure why, but it's been feeling like this, just kind of a belabored issue where we can't really get any kind of movement on it. Even to this now, good. You guys see what's happening now. Hopefully, we're trying to retest this and get back into the triangle, guys. This is what's important. These lines, okay, these lines are very important. As we zoom in, there may be a little bit more room on the top or bottom, but we're seeing this take effect. As we change time frames, it may change as well. We're on the 1 hourly right now. So this 1 hourly looks like, it's a very consistent, generally, it's a very consistent time frame for us to look at. It's very solid. Kind of the projections we come up with at the 1 hourly are pretty solid, guys. So when you get into the 3 minutes or as we get into the smaller time frames, things become highly unpredictable. 3 minutes or 1 minute, we don't like to trade on patterns, but the 1 hour, the 1 hourly, we definitely want to take a look at that in terms of kind of what the specific price action is, and we can just see it developing right now. This is really exciting in terms of watching this. It's already kicked off. It's used this as this previous line of support, okay, in this triangulation. Again, a support here at this level. Again, a support here at this level. The resistance would be on the top. Both hits along the top, guys. This would be the line of support. It's using this line of support right now as resistance. What needs to occur is we need to thrust back through this. Guys, we do not need to recognize this again as support. So if there are buyers out there, we need the bulls to rush in right now and kick this to the upside. We need to break through. I said that was essentially move number one. We need to break through this and not recognize it any longer, guys, as a line of resistance. That's when things could get dangerous on the downside. Particularly, I'll just state that, particularly if there is any move, and just pay attention to this, if there's any move beyond this level is about the 38.7, guys. If there's a move beyond this level, at that point, it becomes extremely dangerous. If you guys want to set an alarm, I'll tell you how to do that on your system. Okay, you can hit Alt-H. Alt-H will put up a horizontal line, or you can go to the trend line. You can do that. You can right-click, and you can put Add Alert on a horizontal line. It will bring you through. I'll call this one Doge Breakdown, okay? I hope it doesn't get hit. If it does, guys, set up your more actions on this. Go ahead and send SMS. You can send an email to SMS. You can set up just anything you want to here. Make sure that it lets you know when crossing the trend line, etc. Set up your alerts. Let's create that. So if this decides to go back down through this level, just a little sophistication in TradingView, just so you can kind of better manage your time. These are typically tips. We got all types of tips for our VIPs, etc. But I want to make sure that you guys do also kind of benefit from that. I know a lot of you are in Basecamp. We're excited that you're in Basecamp. We love the guys in Basecamp. Real strong crew, and also we have a community, a leader. We have one in the middle zone. So the Basecamp guys, those are the guys who want to go up. I'm just going to say that we want the price to go up. The guys in Basecamp, we started that in and around this area. And it was really nice because we just kind of felt like that was a good idea. I thought this is going to happen, and then bam, we went to the upside. So that was really nice. You guys are part of that history. We're about 8-9 days old. We have over 70 members, guys, over 70 members of the channel thus far, all very technical, just really, really strong business people. And I'm just excited to be able to say we have over 70 members right now. Of that, we have over 50 VIPs. So you guys know a lot of the Basecamp guys are upgrading into the VIP. They're seeing a lot of utility in it. I see the utility in you guys just communicating with each other in the VIP chats. And guys, do know if you are already a member of the VIP, go ahead and go to your search box and type in the kingdom, okay? Type in the kingdom. That's us. This is the crypto kingdom. It's crypto with a K. But type in the kingdom, THEKINGDOM. Go to the bottom of the search box here, okay? And click on go to the kingdom. All right, in here, if you guys could go ahead and follow, turn on notifications. And guys, we have a VIP only kind of exclusive chat room, exclusive area where you guys are all about kind of receiving charts. And I go through this information. These are kind of confirmed trades that I get through. And I work through kind of distributing different trades, different information. Anytime you see a VIP, that's a trade that has gone through at a different level. So we're just, we're pushing information out to individuals to give them that dynamic, to give them that edge on the market, and not financial advice, just kind of that edge. If we can find an edge in the technicals, we always try and exploit it if we can to everyone's benefit. So go ahead and turn on notifications. You'll see professional financial analyst, was for years, guys, and former U.S. presidential advisor. So that's just the truth. That's my background. Not currently presidential advisor, and really, only financial analyst, just like, looking at the computer, but it's kind of second nature to me after too many years of studying and working. So I'll just tell you that. Prior hedge fund expertise as well, just individual private hedge funds. So that is, that's kind of my background, crypto kingdom. And go ahead and just type in the kingdom and, follow us there. If you are, let me bring this up. If you are a VIP and you joined, I need you to go ahead and click on this button in here, and it'll say, hello, I'm VIP, follow me. Okay, so go ahead and click on that pinned tweet. Give us your information. We'll reconfirm kind of who you are. We'll do a 2-factor authentication to get you in kind of the back channels. And we have some great perks, guys. Some really great perks. You're going to like them a lot. A lot of it's informational. A lot of it is informational, kind of the edge on the market. If we could provide you a little bit of the edge in the technicals, you who have been around with the channel for a while, you understand that edge on the technicals, that's what you focus on. Look at that. Go. Get through there. We need that to happen. That's exactly what needs to happen. If you guys can achieve this, it will be great. This is live price action. You're not going to just understand this, I think, as in-depth as you are, the importance of getting back into this triangulation. So you saw it hit, and then you saw it act as kind of the resistance. That's a live look, guys, at what I mean when I say it's acting as resistance. You see the price trying to move through, thrust back into this triangulation. It is already confirmed it has a level of resistance. We need to try and break through it. People are trying right now. I can tell they're buying. They're trying to move it. The bulls are kind of working back and trying to move it back into this level of triangulation so that we can essentially move back to the upside, because right now, status quo to the downside is not a good option, guys. The pricing target below this is a severe pricing target. It's just the wrong direction for Dogecoin. So getting back into this triangulation and pulling off this kind of miraculous move can happen, guys. It's against the odds. It can happen. It's already shown us that, guys, it's already shown us a confirmation move. But look, and you're seeing, as we look at this, you're going to see what I mean when I say it's acting as resistance. Now, let's just watch as we see the pricing action develop here. As we see this pricing action develop, you'll see, guys, this is how technical we are. When we hit pricing targets, you're like, if you're this technical, you're probably hitting, trades. But this is what we do. We like to watch pricing action. We like to understand the dynamics of the previous support, okay, in this level. the breakthrough, and now it acting as a resistance. What is it going to mean in the future? When some people say, well, what do you think about the price of such and such? What would the price be? Guys, we're going to base it on, essentially the difference in, it may be the difference in 4 or 5 minutes. It may be the difference in 0.004 on the price. We get highly technical on this stuff. So that's, we just enjoy that level of precision. So the further we zoom in here, the better this will be for us to really analyze what's going on. We're on the hourly. Guys, we're on the hourly. We're looking at the Dogecoin to US dollar pair for the Binance chart. So as you guys are trying to replicate what we're looking at right now, go ahead and make sure you're looking at the Dogecoin US dollar, okay, on the Binance chart, on the 1 hourly. I would suggest that you draw your triangulation. You'll easily be able to accomplish this, guys. Draw your triangulation. We're on the line chart. Draw that triangulation, just hitting these 2 top levels, which are acting in line with this line on the resistance, along with, go ahead and accompany that with another line that's going to hit these 2 different levels of support. Okay, this level of support, a recognition of a support line, and then another recognition of a support line. So that's going to be your bottom line. This will be your top line. Anytime you can connect 2 lines, guys, that's going to be the beginning of what you would establish as a trend. 3 lines is much better. It's a lot more respected in terms of what you can anticipate in terms of that being kind of an additional or a future line that is of importance. So as we look at this, let's just watch, and it's just crucial, guys. We normally don't have something this exciting to watch on Dogecoin, and it may not seem that exciting, but this is actually very exciting as we watch this to see whether or not the bulls can rush in and whether or not they can kind of save Dogecoin. I'll say, it does say right now it's up 13%. That does not tell the story, guys. It is dealing with a crucial level right now that has to be respected. That has to be, we need to blast back through this area. It seems like such a trivial amount with all the positive price action that we've seen in Dogecoin. It would seem like, well, just get on through it. But you're seeing that it can't get through it. You're seeing that it's acting as resistance. This is the nature of the challenge that it's currently facing. It's already been here one time. Okay, it's already frustrated, and now it's trying to break back through. Essentially, it's breached to the downside. We need it to break back through. So I'm hoping that can occur. We're hoping for the guys, the near-term future of Dogecoin depends on it. So in terms of in terms of everything, it's hugely important. I hope that you guys can appreciate that. We don't want to bounce off of this to the downside, guys. We don't want to recognize this as a resistance and just thrust to the downside. The implications are severe, because then, guys, we're operating in a different tier. Okay, we're in the top tier right now, and I just mean that we are in the top tier right now. Okay, if we look at the previous level, I just say above. Let's just use this 50th percentile here. We can use that 50th percentile retracement on the Fibonacci as a real clear indicator that we're kind of in this upward tier with this kind of replicated M pattern formation. Right in the initiation, this breakthrough here that started that M pattern formation, which essentially was just a replication of the previous, a spot on replication of that mid-April. I want to say, mid-April, that mid-April kind of price formation. Well, it formed again, guys. We hit a retracement, but the retracement has shown some poor action, guys. It's formed this triangulation, which we brought to the entirety of you guys, to the public this morning. Okay, and we warned about a breakdown. So it has broken down. Okay, exactly as we had stated, precisely with precision, guys. Precision, and it's broken down. Now it's using it as a level of resistance, guys. It's resisting moving to the upside. So we don't want to see that. If we want to establish or maintain an ongoing bullish trend for Dogecoin, we need to conquer this. We need to get back up above, back into this triangulation. So I can't state that enough in terms of the importance of this. Buyers need to effectuate orders in order for this to occur if we're going to maintain the bullish trend. If not, guys, if you don't maintain this current bullish trend, what are the options? What's going to occur? People may not know. Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people may choose to trade Dogecoin still. It will change. Whereas we were working with pattern breakouts, let's say a bull pennant here, guys. As we were working with the bull pennant right here, and we were all excited, and we could clearly call this out, and we were having a lot of fun on the way up, okay, along this M pattern formation. This is a bull pennant. Okay, we all traded this, guys. We had probably 10, 11, or 12 trades in the context of building this thing up. We had a lot of fun. The group really grew together. We made a lot of friends online. I mean, it was nice. A lot of people making a lot of money. Some superstars kind of in the guys. We started the VIP club after people were executing trade after trade after trade. Some people were making dramatic amounts of money. We had one member 2 days ago who made $5,000 in 10 minutes. So yeah, we literally, it's been, we doubled the money. SHIBA, it was 100% moved to the upside. We called this perfectly. I got that to the VIP members. We made 100% in no time. We brought it to you at this level, and people got in, made 100%. So there's been a lot of positive price action by the members of the VIP. That's why we wanted to go ahead and start the VIP section. So it's well deserved. All of you are like, yes, we know. It's like, yeah, you guys have been doing really well. So I don't mean to just preach to the choir, but you guys, as I would say, but you guys have earned every ounce of that. So if you're new to the channel and you'd like to get in on that price action, get in on those trades, guys, I'll tell you, it has been earned. Okay, the guys have literally, the guys and girls, there are some phenomenal girls as well as some ladies. And we've just been hitting like trade after trade after trade, and it's nice to watch it develop. So it's a nice crowd, and you guys will like it. They're friendly, just very respectable. Some really important people, guys. And not that anyone would be unimportant, but I'm just surprised with it. Actually, I'm not surprised with you guys doing this well and being this involved in terms of technicals. A lot of you have studied business. A lot of you, probably unfortunately have studied either accounting, finance, or economics. Those are not necessarily fun topics to study, but yeah, we wind up studying them anyway. So that's kind of a joke on the kind of finance profession. Not fun, huh? Let's sit around and play with numbers all day long. I think we could we could find something better to do for sure, huh? So I know a lot of you, when you have a good week, you just decide, I keep hearing this, like, well, I'm going to the beach. Yeah, someone will say, well, I made 5, 10 grand a day. I'm going to the beach. That's it, so we have a lot of people that are just probably getting great suntans. They'll focus real hard, and they're just good enough that they don't have to work at trading all day long. So I don't know. It's a nice dynamic. I guess that's the dynamic of the VIPs. We'll have to figure out the base camp. We're going to put together some facilities for you guys. I want you to know we'll put together maybe a chat group or something cool for you. I do think, though, a lot of you are letting me know that you'd like to get involved in VIP, and yeah, I don't know. I think you'd really, really like it. I think you would just really, really appreciate that VIP level. So we did have some new guys today. Let me go ahead and go through this. I won't go through the full list, guys. We have so many VIPs in general. We've only been around in Basecamp, but we've been around for 9 days, and guys, we just have a great group right now. We have, let's see what we have. Let me get into kind of the details here. Let's get into the details. Let me refresh this list to make sure I have an accurate view. We have 76 total, guys. We have 76 members right now. That's just in 9 days. It just speaks volumes in terms of what we're actually doing. We're highly technical, and I know I think you guys are certain of the fact we're the most technically accurate, group. I'll say the group is that dynamic is all of you, and I really work hard, guys. I know you know that, but I really work hard in being extremely precise. Today we executed some phenomenal trades. That lower level of the SHIB, guys, was beautiful. Guys, that was a 50% trade. I emailed that, or I sent that out in the DM chat, like, case closed, this is it, bam. 50% on that lower level in the SHIB retracements, beautiful. ETC, I think, was going off. I know we traded that with some pricing levels. Guys, look at this. Look at this. This is nice, okay? I'm not sure at what exact level you're in or not, or what level you've decided to remain, but this ETC, this Ethereum Classic, guys, has good price action. Look at this, guys. This was your trade. Not bad for a 10%. It's funny. I know it's you guys, because sometimes you just want your 10%. So you're probably playing with a decent amount of cash. So that hit your 10%. That's a nice little move. May not be done if you're just hanging around. That was the golden pocket, so it may have more than that. You guys are probably relaxed enough. You know you're going to double down at the next level. So I don't know. I was explaining that with someone earlier today. They were very anxious about, what do I do? How far is it going to go? Frustrated while it's in the golden pocket. And I'm like, there's no rush. Right? You have the lower level where you double or triple down at the lower level. Just let this thing play out. If it doesn't want to play out and hangs up, well, you just go to the level below, right? So that's that's not financial advice, but that's just kind of that's the strategy essentially. That's what we're kind of looking at in terms of being able to play these different levels, being able to kind of look at these investments. So ETC was on the map today. We hit this very well. Look at this level that we hit. very well, guys, very well on ETC today. And I started the day off by providing you guys with this information. This one's what? This is 30%. Beautifully well done. 30% gain, guys. These are the Fibonacci's. The important part is drawing the correct Fibonacci's. That's the key that will get you, is getting the correct Fibonacci's. It is something that requires some time, and you really have to lean into it. I'll just say you have to, kind of put some muscle into it. It's not always good, but once you get the right technicals down, once you get the right patterns, for instance, on this Dogecoin, when we brought this to you today, this morning we brought it to you, you guys understand, like, yeah, we brought you this exact video today of this exact occurrence. Now you're seeing it play out, and we just consistently, guys, day in and day out, this is what we do. You guys know that, but we're trying to bring you the most accurate information and a timely manner, to maximize your returns and minimize your losses. So that's the goal of the channel. You guys have heard it repeated before. That's exactly what we do. Let's give a shout out to a few individuals that have just joined, and we'll just go through the new ones because we have so many now. I want you guys to be introduced to them, and let's go through this. Ritesh Katia, Ritesh, I want to go ahead and welcome you to the restricted VIP zone. You'll be put into that Twitter. You guys pay attention, and I'll explain it real quickly. But Mark Tornabine, Mark, welcome. VIP, welcome, Mark. It's so nice to have you. Really is. I saw you pop up today. I was working at the computer on some technicals. Brad Sullivan. Brad Sullivan is also a recent VIP. We have DMS Business. So Brad and DMS Business about the same time within the last day. Just nice to have both of you members of the VIP. I want to introduce you to the rest of the VIP group here, and then we'll get you involved in the back lines, kind of with the Twitter. Bruner Samuel, I've really enjoyed communicating with you and reading your comments. Great comments, and just remain positive. And I'm sure that you're gonna, have a great time in the VIP. I understand, that I don't know. It looks like you're turning into somewhat of a leader, so that's nice to see. Quayne. What is it? Yeah, Quayne Douglas. I watched a video from Quayne Douglas. He's another VIP. I watched that video. I was very impressed with Quayne. He's putting a channel together himself. So shout out to Quayne. We have our one community leader, Darlene Ruiz. She's fantastic. A lot of you can look to her. She just wants to be a community leader, so just to kind of support everything that's going on. We really appreciate that, and kind of her, her contribution to the community. It's very important. Just a moment of recognition, because I know there's a lot of people who are in a position where they can, and she wants to, so she's decided to. As we look at additional ones, guys, we can go on. Lawrence Gomez, we have Victor DJ. It's just Robert Garcia Sr. There's so many VIPs at this point that literally I just want to continue and just thank all of you individually. It's just I don't know. We could go on for that. We need to start and kind of plan for our conference calls. I want to get into that. We're gonna probably have a few of those over the next I'd say week. So we will plan on that. That will be a feature on Twitter. And guys, the new people to the VIP. I want you to go to Twitter, and I want you to, and even if you're not in the VIP, guys, if you're on Basecamp, whatever you're at, go ahead and do this, guys. Or if you're just looking at, trying to receive some information, I still post like charts on Twitter, guys. So you can pay attention to trades. You can do different things. Go to Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, just get one. You'll make it, guys. You'll make it. You can make an account. So type in the Kingdom on the search engine. You'll have to go to the very bottom, scroll down, and it'll say go to the Kingdom at the bottom of the menu. Click on go to the Kingdom. Click on notifications. Turn on those notifications, and that's important to turn on that little alarm bell so you get the information, and then click on follow. So once you click on follow, you'll be we'll be plugged in. Now I need you to respond to this first pinned tweet. It says, hello. What does it say? Hello, I am VIP. Follow me. If you guys are in Basecamp, just let me know. Hey, I'm in Basecamp. And the information that I'll need. Excuse me. The information that I'll need is. I will need your YouTube handle, and I will, or essentially your username in YouTube. So I will verify you with that, and we'll do kind of a two-factor authentication. So we do appreciate, guys, very much Twitter and the entire crew. I'm going to say that we appreciate them. Yes, thank you, Twitter. I appreciate having the account, and I understand that finance professional and former U.S. presidential advisor. Okay, I understand that this is an exclusive kind of VIP, kind of setup with Twitter. It's very nice to have my Twitter account. So I don't know. It's a good group. It looks like I don't know. As we focus on good things, doing only good every day, that should be something we can all kind of coalesce around, irrespective of politics. I think politics were just invented so we could all argue when we're not fighting. It's been really, really, really just, something to kind of look forward to crypto. It found us at the right time. I definitely know that. As you guys see, we have been frustrating in this area in Dogecoin for a while, huh? And this is the price action that has been occurring. It's just, I hate to say it's like watching paint dry. It does have some action to it. But, I don't want this to occur. I want the bulls to go ahead and get this back into this triangulation. And it sounds weird. It's like you want to be a part of the triangulation. Yes, we need to get back up above this triangulation. Now, we may just blast through it. All it's going to take is some cash, guys. It's going to take some money being thrown into it. And that can occur. Definitely that can occur, but I'll just state that it just needs to very badly. Guys, I don't know how to state it. Like, this is a big, serious continuation pattern, which could have some drastic impact. You'll see what I'm talking about, guys, and pay attention to you guys who are holding. You'll see what I'm talking about if we get past here. Okay, this level right in here, that is the key level. I'll switch to the, let's talk about that. Now you're going to start to see this. If we get past, we've already made it down, okay, to this, let's see, to the golden pocket. So we're on the golden pocket right now. That should be having more of an effect right now. I just got to tell you guys, and we really tell the whole story here. I don't want people to flip out and just start selling everything because it could go up. Let's look at this. You essentially came down to, and I'm glad that you guys are here right now. You essentially came down to your golden pocket, the 61.8 on the entirety of the price movement. Okay, why is that important? Well, the market maker came down, he picked those up. Now, as we look at the line chart, not really, okay? You can make an argument, well, that didn't really happen, right? But as we look at the candles, yeah, the 61.8 got kind of touched just on the peripheral there. He picked up anyone who is being, and I'll just say that I guess technically, and you'll see this sometimes, you'll see kind of a missed hit. Look at this. Technically, he didn't exactly hit it. Okay, so technically, he hasn't achieved the golden pocket yet. Let's stick with that has not been contacted yet, because and let's move this down. We'll be able to tell. Let's get the scalpel out. Let's get into the fine tuning of this. I want to be able to tell you guys as an absolute fact, he hit it or he didn't hit it. Let's go ahead and look. There we go. And let's line this up. You guys know how we draw our fibs. We are precise. We have to get this stuff right. So let's go ahead and don't want to move. Let's put a line. What I will do is, and we'll go to, this is going to be what it's going to boil down to. We're going to want to even know on the line versus the candles where we're at. Now, I'm going to line this up to where essentially this dotted line, okay, is going to be precisely contacted. Just kind of kiss the top of this previous price action right in about, and I just want it to be perfect, guys, right in about there. So I'm gonna make it right about there. Okay, that is about perfect. Okay, that's about a perfect contact with this previous price action. Anything that was in a channel like this, guys, anything that was in a consolidation channel, I want to draw my Fibonacci outside of the parameters of that previous channel. So that's this dotted line along the left, I want to eliminate that previous channel. That's going to give me the most accurate number. So that's as precisely as we've been able to draw that. Let's look and see. No, okay, he did not hit the golden pocket, guys. He did not. So I think, oddly enough, I think within the realm of feasibility, without reading too much into kind of the market maker or the exchanges business, because we do all have an education in that. A lot of us do. I don't want to get into the kind of their backdoor strategies, but it looks like he has not dug into that golden pocket. I'd say that's positive right now, guys. That could have been a level that people could have picked up, could have made some money on this trade. I'll tell you, if you were aggressive, you may have set your targets kind of higher, but for purposes of kind of theoretical construction and kind of technical construction, you have not hit that yet. So I think that's important because it's a key level. It's it's kind of the key golden ratio in terms of growth. And if we had hit that, I would have anticipated more of a positive price action. So the fact that we're not experiencing that yet may be okay. The one thing it tells me, unfortunately, is that maybe he wants the actual line chart to actually go down to that level. It's not that far, guys. It's not that far. That's the 33.38. The 33.38, as I've gotten the scalpel out, guys, that 33.38 would be that golden pocket. I'll give you guys the exact nature of that right now. Let's look at this. Now, the 65th percentile is going to be the 31.29. Okay, that's 31 cents. Okay, 31.29. The 61.8 is going to be 33.38. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. If you guys can see those figures right here, you should be able to see them on your screen. I hope you can view those right now. So that's 33.38 and 31.29. Those are your two levels there in terms of your pricing targets. If he wants to bring the line, this would be the area, this would be the specified zone, the pricing targets where you would want to prepare for entry. As we looked at the entry from, as we look at, let's zoom back out. I just do that to zoom in so you guys can see what's going on. We had experienced ETC. Okay, ETC was one that fell into the golden pocket. It looks like it's potentially still going to continue to go up. We want to shout out to was it Marion out in Belgium. A great VIP member, and we have guys and girls from all over the world, guys. We have from Australia, we have from we have Brazil, we have we have people from all over the world in VIP, and just very capable, very good traders. I'm very excited to see you guys. This was a beautiful hit here, guys. A beautiful hit in the golden pocket, just absolute precision in terms of our Fibonacci. And it's guys, we sent this to all you VIP guys in the kind of the back channels this morning. I sent that to you guys. I'm really glad. We came up with a new logo as well. I kind of like this SHIBA in the middle of kind of like this Diamond Dynasty kind of look. I think it's kind of nice. So anyway, we've redone that today amidst waiting for the price action. Your ETC is going well thus far. I'll state it's going well. We'll see how much it wants to move up. I think 10% was about the max you reach, but it looks like it wants to kind of go back up a little more. So that's nice that you are achieving some positive price. The one that is out, there's our pup. My dog likes to get up about midnight every night and cause a ruckus. So let's see. We're still on here, just kind of update with Dogecoin. We're still kind of bouncing off this, using this as resistance. If you guys are new to the deal, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I haven't even asked you guys one time to do that. We do need to get this information out to other people and grow the VIP network at some point in time. So you guys remind me to do that in the future, or remind each other to go ahead and do that in the chat rooms. That will help us get plug into more good traders. We all, we want good traders. And yeah, let's look at the price action here. Let's look at the price action. So we hit that ETC trade. That golden pocket was beautiful. It looks like the SHIBA trade, that bottom level again. So you guys know these were all pricing targets today, guys. If we look at the this, the candles, this was a beautiful move here, guys. The previous, just a bunch of kind of great moves, guys. On the way down, we had predicted this fallout of SHIBA. We predicted that 22 hours ago, guys. So 22 hours ago, 23 hours ago now, we predict that we were able to give you this, the VIPs, literally a notice of a possible breakdown from the SHIBA triangulation. Okay, confirmation appears to have been effectuated, meaning it had already broken down, and this was the price target all the way down here. So we were able to give that to you guys. I'm glad no one was left kind of standing out in the cold. You knew this was going to happen. It happened. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. We're able to bring that to you along with like 1, 2, 3, and potentially 4 pricing targets. So we were able to completely recapture this, and yeah, we were up on this trade, guys. The good thing about going down in price this low is that an increase in price means a lot. This was 50% on the trade. So guys, I mean, in terms of we always double and triple down with the amounts of money invested as you go down to different levels. That's just the strategy that we like to talk about. Keeps you in line with the demand curve, okay? Lower prices, more money. You want to decrease your cost basis. That's your price per coin, okay? So as this original price here, guys, this increase in price, we got to around this area. So we said, hey, we like what this could do. And guys, we told you could be 100%, right? Let's look at this. Let's look at the nature of this, because we exactly told you just to recover and just go over some history and relax for a minute. It's kind of nice to go through some history, some different charts that we've discussed. Here it is, SHIBA, possible triangulation, gain possible in excess of 100%. Okay, it had not broken out by that standpoint, or at that time. And sure enough, we showed you 100 and some odd 19 with 100%. No one else was discussing this in terms of a breach to the upside of 100%. We brought it to you as kind of an exclusive benefit, again, for the VIP section, an exclusive benefit. And a perk, let's say a perk, and sure enough, guys, the price went up over 100%, perfectly in line with what we had stated. Very easy move, and it was a nice entry into SHIB. So that was very positive to see us stack up, guys. Trade after trade of 100%. This is in a week, guys. 100%. 50%, multiple moves, guys, multiple beautiful moves like that. It's just, it really makes me happy to be able to see you guys in that dynamic and just doing well. That's what we want to see in terms of your trades, in terms of kind of how you're progressing, how you're, a lot of you want to trade full time. You want to, kind of become a full-time crypto trader. You want to focus on that. Guys, it's not easy. A lot of people have an idea that, well, that's going to be real easy. I'm going to sit around and more time with my family and more time with, away from the job or the office. Guys, the life of a trader isn't always easy. The ones who do well, they probably work hard at it. It's not that complicated. You can develop some efficiencies in it. But for sure, it's not necessarily easy. A lot of people think it is. It's the easy life, right? A lot of traders work very, very hard. And it's always good to work smart, but not, an intelligent way, but not necessarily overly hard if you can ever accomplish that. So it looks like we're kind of maybe developing what needs to occur here. Let's look at this. I'd like to see that turn up. The problem is you watch these kind of the fluid nature of the development of a line, is that these can kind of turn. You guys have seen them turn before. They'll shorten up, they'll kind of retract. Sometimes they'll turn, sometimes they'll thrust up, sometimes they'll thrust down, just like that. I don't like to see those turns. You see, just like that, guys, that's live price action. That's very important as we're talking about what's going to happen. You saw this turned up and curled up into this. That's how it acts as resistance, guys. You've seen this. Just why we've been live here. There's a very good example of what resistance does, is it tries to fill orders. And people want to know, well, why does it squiggle around? Like, why is it moving? Well, it's just finding it's essentially this next component. We're on the hourly. So this next formation here of this hourly point in time on the price chart, it's just finding where that's going to be. It's allowed to move around. So it just did turn the hour. So I think that this should be set right here. We'll see. I think that this should have solidified right here. We'll see if it's going to make another move and what it's going to do in this next increment. So as you look at the bottom, guys, just pay attention to this. It'll kind of explain. Look at the bottom here, okay, in this area with the time label, okay, below the cursor, you'll see 2300, right? We're working on that next time slot over to the essentially midnight, right? We're working on that. So the portion that you'll see move, as this was just solidified, okay, we're working on to a new hourly. Okay, an hourly increment. This can move anywhere along this line, okay, as high as it wants to. I mean, it can move straight up along this line. Let's say that straight up along kind of this line. It would just be a kind of a dramatic kind of move to the upside. And it has completed this move. So to get it up, it's still going to have a slope. It's going to have a rise over the run, okay? So it's going to have a rise over the run from this time interval to this time interval, guys. So that's just the way that's going to work. Is you see these go around and shorten up and move and do things. That's exactly what it's doing. So I'm not sure if you've had that explained to you exactly like that, but that's the movement of the price. Is it's solidified this point in time, guys. It just turned, let's say Central Standard Time, it just turned past midnight. So as it did that, it solidified this point. Now it moved on to, look below here, guys. Look below the cursor. It moved on into this next kind of movement, and it may still be on that. Let's look at it. It's at the now it's exploring this area for this next midnight, and it will do that until the 1 o'clock. So it will solidify this at 1 o'clock. It's going to move over to this area and begin this next line. So that's how the timing, essentially the timing parameters are working in concert with the price development. And yeah, we don't always sit and talk about those issues. So while we're watching the price develop, that's one important thing that we can note about the price action. And yeah, that's just the way that the pricing charts are developed. So we've kind of gotten a first kind of a hand look into that as it's trying to regain, guys. It's trying to regain its momentum by getting up into this triangulated pattern, and we hope that it can get into that triangulated pattern, that we can see some move upward after a pretty big dump to the downside, guys. That was a relatively big move to the downside, not something that we really were anticipating, not something that we wanted to happen, except that we did give you guys a video this morning, guys. Yeah, as I anticipated, like, I don't know, I mean, like this necessarily to this degree, not necessarily like this. I'll say we would have anticipated a small move, a small breach through, and then kind of a reconfirmation, then moved to the downside. So this was a pretty aggressive move. I'll just state that. It was an aggressive move based upon the tweet from Elon, and that tweet essentially said, what did it say? Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin, right? So that's a big deal, guys. Big hit to the entirety of the crypto space. He's been kind of the go-getter for the entirety of it. He says, but we are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy per transaction. I wonder what that would be. Yeah, that would probably be Dogecoin. So we shout out to Elon and company. We're very excited. Very excited that you guys yesterday asked about, do you want Tesla to accept Doge? 78% of the people, 78.2 of 3.9 million people said yes. That's 3.9, 78.2% of 3.9 million. That's impressive, guys. That's a hefty kind of poll there. So a lot of potential buyers, I would say, of vehicles wanting to use Dogecoin. That's very, very important for us to see. It was interesting that some percentage, 21.8%, did not. They do not want to use Dogecoin. So, like, why wouldn't you? You wouldn't want Tesla to do something like that for a group. Why wouldn't you want that? But always remember, as you guys are trying to do good, there will be people who are acting as obstacles, or they'll try and disrupt what's going on good. No matter who you've been or what you are or what challenges you face, like, you don't have to deal with those people. And I just encourage you guys to be good to each other and to try and just try and find the that good balance in life where you're always you're kind of, I don't know, you're always not too nice to other people, but you're still firm, etc. But you don't have to deal with issues of anyone who's trying to disrupt. And it speaks volumes that you're going to find about 20% of the people that just they're not going to go with the program. They're going to try and frustrate or disrupt. And that's I don't know, just in your own lives, try and surround yourself with people that like us, the good group that you're with here, trying to support you, trying to find good things and ways that we can communicate and be a benefit to all of us. So let's say that is looking like it's a good move right there. If we can maintain that again. We were already at this move. It looks like, previously, just trying to get this back into that triangle. It's going to be a slow process. Again, all it would take is a little bit of buying activity. So I think that we can, essentially expect that to occur if some people will just decide, well, this is a very crucial, important level. Let's go ahead and get this in, and we're going to need some people. Maybe they're listening to go ahead and say, okay, fine, let's pull the trigger. We have some people in and around that listen that could say, okay, fine, we'll pull the trigger. I won't mention any names, but there's some people who could pull that trigger, and it would be a nice move. I'll say that it would be a nice move. We don't necessarily, we understand also they don't want to necessarily just move it up for a second and have it just rewind. So it's a big, it's a big animal right now in terms of Doge. It's a powerful instrument, so it requires a lot of cash. But there are the right kind of people that can move this thing if we want to see it move. They move it right at the right time. That would be good to see. So as we're looking at this, we told you about the triangulation this morning. First thing out of the gate, we put it together a video and let you know that this breakout was essentially likely. It's a bearish, guys, it's a bearish formula, continuation, let's say a continuation pattern, which means it would continue to the downside. So that is that's of concern. The fact it's retraced and is now using that previous support here, okay, support here. The fact that it's broken down and now using that as a resistance, hey, it's just, and that's a heavy breakdown too, to return. And you guys just see the dynamics of technical analysis. You see that, guys, yeah, it's going to come back. And we always say you trade, the breakout on the confirmation, right? Yeah, so you trade the breakout on the confirmation, and that's essentially, the fact that it's trying to kind of almost reattach in terms of a double confirmation. I'm going to say that is a little bit bullish in nature because we wouldn't expect it to really hang around too much. It may just kind of be frustrating and trying to do the best it can for a moment before it frustrates to the downside. Or continues to the downside. Right now, it may be frustrating in terms of terminology. It may be frustrating and trying to retest this level of resistance when it need not necessarily do that from a technical standpoint. Not that I have any wishes that it go down, but that's just kind of the correct vocabulary that we would use. It's kind of frustrating itself now, retouching, which could be viewed as bullish, but that would be another terminology, a way of phrasing it, that it's temporarily frustrating while it's retouching something. But it's just the entirety of the price action recently has been slow and frustrating. So we can understand that. Whereas we're used to very nice moves on Dogecoin, it's just been a phenomenally moving asset for everyone to be involved in. So we've appreciated being able to carry a lot of trades, guys. Our group has executed a lot of good trades on Dogecoin, and I think we're the most accurate group with kind of the best results that you guys can check out. Talk to some of our VIP members. Captain Crypto? Big shout out to Captain Crypto. Made $5,000 in 10 minutes. Was that yesterday or the day before? Nice move. We had big moves last few days on SHIB. Today we hit it the bottom level. We hit SHIB, guys. We just knocked through. We're big on the Fibonacci's, of course, but we knocked through this trade for 50% at heavy, kind of heavy cash levels. So that was nice move. After we knocked through this trade on SHIB for 100%. That was 100% over 100% return. So we've hit SHIB within a period of, guys, just barely any amount of days, within like 2.5 days for 100% and 50%. In addition, some additional levels. So yeah, we are happy. We have a happy group. The VIPs are doing well, and it's nice to know that they're doing well and that they feel like the information that's being distributed to them is right on target. So we know that it is. There's the 100% on SHIB possible. Okay, that was 3 days ago. That was before, clearly before the move out of this. You can see the picture here, and this is our backdoor community tab. That's just for exclusive restricted zone VIPs. So we're excited about giving that information to you guys and continuing to do well. We have another instance, just today I'm going to say this, ETC's done very well. We'll bring that up again just to kind of check in with you guys, see where you're at. You hit your golden pocket. That's Ethereum Classic. It's got some, potential, possibility to move additionally up. You have hit that key level, that golden ratio, guys. It's necessary for, essentially growth. It's a nice level to hit, but that 61.8 to the 65th percentile, guys, it was just a kind of a standard. If you guys are used to the channel, it's just very, very common and ordinary that we would be picked up kind of precisely at the right level. So that's a direct on kind of targeted strike with our targeted price. So that's nice to see. Some of you may have already cashed out. I saw you cash out at 10%, and I know the guys who are trading it. Essentially, if you're cashing out at 10%, I'm like, yeah, I know those guys. That's okay. That's a nice move. You're playing with a decent amount of cash. So 10% is something, and we'll see what else it wants to do with kind of the flow of the market. So Dogecoin's going to continue to press this green line and continue to let us know whether or not it belongs back in this level of triangulation. It's very interesting, guys. You have to understand the level of effort that is kind of being put forth to get it back into a bearish pattern. So I will say that Doge has surprised people. It has conquered kind of the technical elements and kind of the barriers and hurdles along the way. It has come from it's kind of come from nothing, guys, and it's really turned into something that people involved and people who are just common ordinary ladies and gentlemen or folks on the street or professional businessmen. They know about Dogecoin now. So the general public definitely knows about it, and it's phenomenal to see that it kind of came out of nowhere. Everyone kind of knows the story, and it's just that's a big credit to the community. You guys have done such a great job. But the notion that we would be trying to get back into a bearish pattern, guys, it just speaks volumes about the nature of the community. You have to understand, we're doing a live stream, where we're pushing the fact this needs to get back into this, and it's really a bearish pattern. It's like, yeah, these guys don't quit, huh? No, we don't have much quit in us. That's why we're trading. That's why we get involved in the community. That's why we like Dogecoin. It's kind of like Dogecoin doesn't quit. Well, I think some of it has to do with a lot of the people involved in it, and you have to respect that. You guys are very solid people. I know the base camp, the community leader level, the VIP, and just the subscribers. I know you guys. I mean, we do some long streams, and just you guys who have subscribed, you've spent a lot of time. We go over a lot of technical things. You're like, yeah, we have spent a lot of time. I know sometimes you'll hit up for maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and I'll catch you before, let's say you're going to work or after you get home from work, just before you're putting the kids to bed or something like that. You'll just tune in, and it's nice to kind of know the community. So I appreciate all you subscribers. We talk a lot about VIP, but it's, honestly, I just got to tell you guys, they're just exciting. They're good traders. I have to give it to them. Some of them have just say hot hands. You guys, if you interact with them, you'll be like, wow, some of these guys are good traders. Like, yeah, that's why we formed the VIP. Look at this. It's trying to break through. Huh? It's really trying to test this level of resistance. So you guys, if you interact with them, you'll understand. It's like, yeah, this is a really cool crew, and it's not just because they're VIP, but we just call them VIP because they are, they're killing it in terms of their trade. So we're glad to be able to bring them the information, some of the information, possibly to allow them to do that. So, yeah, let's see what we have here. Please just go ahead and get back into that bearish construct there, and then we're gonna fight through the bearish construct. Like, yeah, we have an uphill battle, and I guess that was we have been designated to do that. So if we have to try and do that, we will definitely do that. I don't know, too many groups and too many communities that would solidify around the fact, get us back in that bearish pattern so we can watch Doge try and beat the odds again and just kind of achieve this positive trajectory to the upside. So let's look at the market overall. Everything looks relatively green for the most part. You've got some big movers, some standard names doing very well, and a lot of things are rebounding or showing green because they've rebounded from this level that they had achieved the negative price action to. The effect of all this is put BTC in around 50 grand, almost 51 now. It has recovered, but it's wow, what a hit, guys. That's a big hit. I'll say though, I don't know. I'm going to be real honest about this, and let's talk about something that's not necessarily Doge, but it's definitely Elon. My thought on this is, BTC is a great store of value. That's just it. Doge is the transactional machine. It is this currency transactional machine. Today, SHIB got up on the radar. I'd love to see SHIB turn into kind of a means of like world donations, something like that. There's enough of it. It's priced extremely interestingly, and there could be a long-term potential to it. I think it has some great structures. But those those three, as we look at that, let's just move up SHIB, Doge, and BTC. I mean, BTC is more of the store of value, limited. There's a limited amount of it, so I see that as maybe a good move. That Elon's kind of tucking that away. I don't like the commentary necessarily. It's bad for the environment. But if they've done their studies, I assume they're doing a good job. He's currently in Texas, I want to say. Yeah, we're in Texas. So, Texas is not the most environmentally conscious. Let's say this, there are more states that have more of an environmentally conscious like kind of angle to them rather than just Texas. But that still speaks quite a bit that he's involved in the environment like that. I know California is very involved in the environment. Look at this hit through this line, guys. Look at that. Is that going to continue? Get on in there. It looks like maybe some people are making some decisions. Maybe they're deciding to go ahead and run this through that line, guys. Maybe they're deciding to go ahead and get up above this level. Once we get above this level, we may, and I'm just going to tell you, we're going to have to reuse this line, turn in this previous, what's being resistance now into a line of support. So this is going to go, it's just crucial for the price development, guys. As you guys are looking at your portfolios, everything else, you're going to be watching this, okay? Whether or not you're watching this stream because it affects your holdings, I just tell you that if you're very affected by it, et cetera, because the downside to this is pretty crucial, guys. The downside, we did the calculation here. You guys had lost on this previous M pattern formation. You had lost essentially. Let's go to the candles and take a good look at this from that 45 level mid-April. Okay, down to that the low there was a 70% drop. Went from 45 to 25. If we go a 70% drop, guys, from this line and around about 75 cents that we reached, 70% drop is going to put you at about, I'm going to say about 21, 22 cents, guys. So this is a significant drop right now. That'd be about half the value of what you currently are at. So when we're watching this, just understand this is the type of information that you want to pay attention to. It's very detailed, and it's something that when I say it needs to be conquered here. The amount of, it's just odd to think about this, the amount of buying activity that's required right now to achieve this is so infinitesimally small compared to the loss of the overall market if it cannot get back in here and reestablish a positive trend. So that is, if you think of that dynamic, the amount of loss here that could be experienced by the breakdown, the further breakdown and the trajectory downwards into this previous, essentially this whole componentry here, this whole, breaking back down through to where we would expect a retracement of the entirety of the situation. Because guys, then anything's on the map. I'll tell you, if we do that, then anything is on the map. Let's apply the defaults. Then the entirety of all of these levels down to the 78.6, this 22%, that's essentially where you would get, guys. You would get to that 22 cent mark. Guys, also, I hate to say anything lower than that, but you have to be prepared. You have to look at the levels of retracement. You have to understand retracement theory, that on the aggregate right now, that this is kind of behaving. As we look at this, what if we take away the triangulation? What if we just look at the Fibonacci? What if we just look at the fact that we've been through so many, guys, we've been through so many of these retracements on the channel, okay? As we look at this double bounce, guys, how many have we been through on the channel? In terms of the multiple bounces, I'm reminded of some work we did on Harmony 1 a while back, guys. Multiple bounces, remember that? And that the second bounce would not show as strongly. And then what would happen? We would move down to the next level. You guys recall that? Now, the difference we have in Dogecoin is it already went through one aggregate retracement. You guys remember that? It already went through an aggregate retracement. We hit the golden pocket, and then we moved up. Now, we did not do that here. And I'll say that we did not do that here, where we could say, well, we could have just hidden this golden pocket. We could have moved up. That did not occur. That was a rifle down, guys. That was a big rifle down. I think that was during the time of the Saturday Night Live, guys. During this time, you guys will recall, if you were watching the show, watching this program, I specifically said, I'm not going to, imply or impute anything given kind of a comedy show. That's not what I'm going to do. Instead, I'm going to give you lines of retracement. So I gave you entry prices, and along here, we exactly hit our entry price here. So that was a dynamic move, another dynamic move that we had, a very accurate move for you guys to be able to get in at this level, okay? And, it showed some instability thereafter, but you were able to profit on this move. So, that's essentially a lot of what we're trying to do is to enable you to facilitate your being able to profit at different levels. We appreciate having that kind of that capacity with you guys. So this step down, guys, is essentially the full retracement of this level. Beyond that, we're going to switch back to, from this kind of intermittent level, if we're going to fall back down to, and the guys who've been with the channel for a long time, you guys will know, a lot of you VIP guys also know, yeah, this looks like very standard. If we touch these on, it's just, okay, now we're down to this level. We've kind of broken through this full retracement level, and what we would look at next is we're going to move to a full retracement, kind of a retracement on the macro. That's going to enable these lower levels. Okay, that's going to bring them to bear. So It's going to essentially, guys, it's going to require this to move up. It's going to require this slow, methodical rise to the upside. If we can achieve that, that would be phenomenal. I know that we can. I know that this is a scheduled, it's a scheduled financial concern. It's something that is on the books with the exchanges. Guys, this is a heavy weight kind of an asset. You have to look at it like that. It's not just a meme coin anymore. It's just not the same way. And I'll say maybe SHIBA is on its way to not just being a meme coin after the news today as the founder Ethereum. Let's look that news up. He gave $1 billion, guys, $1 billion to India. So Vitalik's his donation of $1 billion went through today in SHIB. Okay, so it's a Shiba Inu, guys. It's a nice coin, I think. It's a SHIB, right? So I'd be surprised if there's not some involvement on behalf of of Elon and company. He has a Shiba Inu, I think, or he's getting one. He's got one. I don't keep up with his dog, but I think it's interesting that $1 billion went through. And put that in context, because on Bitcoin, the thing we hate or love to talk about. With Bitcoin, just understand that Tesla put forth like $1 billion to $1.5 billion, right? Into Bitcoin. That was a big deal. Well, yeah, Vitalik went and gave the Ethereum founder gave $1 billion to India COVID relief in SHIB. I think that's a beautiful story. I think that's a phenomenal story to be able to look at that dynamic and to understand what's going on currently with SHIB and the price action. I'd love to see it continue to go up and have a rebound. It's suffering right now in terms of the price. It was a huge triangulation on the upside, but it's about reached that level. I don't know. It's about reached to a level where we could say, reasonably, we could kind of hope this to go to the upside. Let's, if we were to bring this down, it's about satisfied that. I don't know at how much lower it would really need to go in order to say, okay, they've accomplished what they want to accomplish. The sellers have come in and pushed the price. Again, we were able to bring this to our VIP guys. You guys know that. We were able to bring this exact move to the VIP crew, along with some other instances. Let's see. But yeah, we were able to bring that. And guys, we bring a lot of different prices, a lot of different things. But this is specifically on alert possible breakdown from SHIB triangulation. This was a day ago before that happened. Beware of a fake out while understanding the magnitude of the move potentially to the downside. So definitely upon the breach of this, and I try and do this a lot, guys, when it does breach out, I'm letting people know, hey, check it out. This is where it's headed. It's essentially gotten to that level that it kind of needs to go to. So I'd like to be able to see that kind of pick up for the individuals involved and not be just kind of a punishment for some reason. It was just a punishment because it was a big donation. I'm not sure. I mean, right now it seems very technical. I'll say that. So as we look at things, I don't want people involved to feel like for some reason it's just been, it turns into some sort of I don't know, something that they don't feel is right or justified in the price. That's when people start looking at the exchanges. That's when, things stop making sense and people become suspicious about the market overall. We don't want to see that, guys. We don't want to see that in terms of like the involvement of the leader of Ethereum and kind of what went down. We don't want any conspiracy theories or anything like that. We'd like it to be all on the up and up, and for it just to all make sense, essentially. So I think it can. Hopefully it will, and hopefully we'll see the price rebound. It's down. It's down more than any other concern right now. We've got some other issues here, just off a touch. Looks like Atari's off, but yeah, Shiba is off 25. It's had a great run up, but it would be nice to see that kind of recover. I mean, it's great news. I would think that, it's just great news. I'm happy to hear that about the Indian donation to COVID, $1 billion. Kind of, I'm going to say about on par with Elon and Bitcoin. So, and also the huge news, again, we just have to look at this in terms of, guys, can you believe that? It's just what great news potentially for Dogecoin. We have such great news, right? I mean, guys, what are you going to say about, Elon Musk saying that, well, we're not going to take, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. Well, welcome to the potential end of the bull market, by the way. Now, I don't think it needs to be that, okay? It doesn't need to be that. Let's talk about what he says at the end. We're also looking to other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy/transaction. We're also looking at other cryptocurrencies. He had just done, and guys, he's talking about emissions, fuels. We're concerned about the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Very curious, why doesn't he mine with the Teslas? He has Dojo for Doge. Guys, that's a supercomputer kind of technology. If you guys know IBM Watson, if you know kind of the other, kind of advanced AI machines, that's the neural network, the Dojo, okay, the Tesla, the corporation, has to facilitate kind of neural network. It's just advanced kind of almost telemetry, it's advanced interconnectedness and kind of a fluid flow of processed modules and information across kind of a computing platform, I'd say that, or multiple computing platforms. And so that network, or the processability and the way that it's designed and the neural aspect of it, it has nothing to do with your mind, but it's kind of like it is that interconnectivity, that interwoven kind of process that is put together in that dynamic restructuring that allows for like self-driving vehicles. So it's very pertinent to and very, I think, proprietarily speaking, it's very much an asset of Tesla. And so the Dojo is something we'd like to see be brought forth into the context of Dogecoin, and we understand that, as you guys will remember that. As you guys will remember that, you will just, you'll be reminded of the fact that yeah, definitely we had the Dojo for Doge. Okay, the Dojo for Doge was promised. Okay, that was promised by. Essentially the leader of Tesla, guys, the president, who is Elon Musk, right? I'm just going to put him in the context because he's on the board of directors. He's a formerly, he's obviously a registered shareholder, but he's the president of the company. President and CEO. He's no longer chairman. I think he had some issue with the, which I don't mind about at all, but with the SEC, etc. He's no longer chairman, but he is the president and CEO. So the fact that he is stating that Dojo for Doge, he's involving Tesla technology already with Dogecoin. So as we look at the news from today, I would think they're looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy/transaction. But I would just think that, yeah, the mining process can go on in the vehicles. I've had some discussions with individuals who are very technologically savvy down to the programming, and I understand that the Dojo is built in, that framework is built in, or at least accessible, because it enables the Teslas to self-drive. That's how advanced this AI is for the Dojo component is. So yeah, I would say that we need to kind of understand what that Dojo for Dogecoin is going to be. Is it going to be that transactional nature? Is it going to be the interconnectedness and allowing all of those transactions to occur? Somewhat like, just a very, very sophisticated level of kind of a worldwide kind of payment system. It's just, it's going to be very, very phenomenal if, think of a supercomputer that's capable of running the world's vehicles, or a large percentage of them. It's a very powerful computer. It may be powerful enough, guys, if it can run the highways automatically. It may be, realistically, they may be the front runner, just as Elon was just recently named. SpaceX was named, appointed by NASA and the U.S. government to bring the spacemen to Mars. It may be a circumstance where literally the neural network, this Dojo for Dogecoin, it's going to be enough to facilitate worldwide payments with Dogecoin. So I would anticipate that that's going to be something that we're going to want to hear about in the near future. And I think the context that we just laid it out is relatively accurate in terms of the presentation of the dynamics of Dojo, what it is, and kind of the rationale behind why it might be a facilitator of not only a facilitator of the payments to be used and kind of constructed amidst merchants and retailers, but also that the fact that it might be not just constructed that way, but it also might be accepted because of the dynamic nature of that technology, which is allowing the self-driving and automated vehicles. So I look forward to hearing more about that soon. I think we're all looking forward to that. We did get just a little bit of information So we did get some information just right now, a question, and I want to do a shout out to B1 Life. Okay, B1 Life. What about Internet Computer Coin? So, Internet Computer Coin. Let's look about Internet Computer Coin, crypto. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of an analysis on that. And let's see. It's a new crypto, guys. It's worth $35 billion in about 3 days. So this is kind of the new dynamic, and I'm glad that you brought it up. It is it's one of these things that is I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's just one of these. It's one of these kind of dynamics that we can't get away from. I'm glad it was brought up. Let me go ahead and look into. Let's look into if we can bring up a chart on it and take a look real quickly since you brought it up. USD. Let's go ahead and look at the. We'll look at the tether on Binance and take a look at the price action on it. There may be a price structure. Let's go ahead and look at. There's the. Let's just look, probably Huboy's going to have a better, you'll see some differential prices. I want to see if we can get the best price. Let's see, Tether, KuCoin, is that a little better? Looks like we've got a frustrating. I'm trying to find the best angle in terms of which, and I'm going to have to just state the obvious here that it's decreased in price. It has fallen. Let's get in terms of the time frame if we can. This was, and I think this is exactly the dynamic that we're looking at. Just in terms of it showing up on the market, we can kind of discuss it just real briefly, and let's see if I can bring some aspects. I'll read just a little bit about it, guys. It's a new kind of sensation here, so just understand this is important. Internet Computer is the hottest new cryptocurrency available for purchase, and it's already one of the most valuable coins on the market mere days after its release. Just released on Monday, ICP is currently number 8 on CoinMarketCap's chart of the most valuable cryptocurrencies based on market cap, or the total amount of coins multiplied by the current price of each coin. So it's number 8. It was number 8 as the time of the writing of what I'm reading you guys right now. So the ICP, Internet Computer Coin, as of the time of the article I'm reading, market cap was 37 billion, meaning the coin's rubbing elbows with big long running cryptos like Ripple, XRP, and Cardano. So just out of the blue, blockchain nonprofit foundation DFINITY has ambitious plans for the internet computer decentralized network, promising nothing less than a reinvention of the web as we know it. Cryptos investors appear to be jumping on the hype train, hoping they won't miss out on the opportunity to buy a coin that could potentially multiply in value several times over. So that's what they're looking at. So it's sharing the top 10 with the heavyweights like Bitcoin and Ethereum, although it's not nearly as valuable. You guys know that. Bitcoin's market cap sits at around 1 trillion. Okay, it's still around up there, and Ethereum's currently at about 500 billion after breaking that barrier. So it looks at it looks like it's just kind of really shown up here, and it's experienced some heavy volatility that's kind of being recognized. But in terms of global payment systems, for sure, we want to talk about that. Great point, B1 Life, in terms of bringing that up as we can contrast it with Dogecoin. I think it's very important if we could do like a layover. Let's just do a layover for purposes of looking at both coins at the same time, just so we can kind of see whether or not there's a correlation or not. Just some basics that we would want to look at. It looks like they've pretty much behaved similarly. In yellow we have. In orange we have Dogecoin. In yellow we have ICP, or Internet Coin. So the question is going to be, as we talk about worldwide payments facilitated through Doge over Doge, we have the internet computer, essentially the Internet Computer Coin, ICP, that is going to let's see. Just want to we just delete anything that's kind of personal like that, whether or not I like something or not. If anything's personal, it's going to get deleted real quickly. Try not to waste money on anything that's personal in terms of if I like something, if I don't like something, or why I'm not covering something as much. That's just that's the respect of the channel. So we're going to cover what we kind of choose to cover, and that's just it. We just covered this one issue in terms of, it wasn't a bad message, but in terms of what we're talking about now, what we're going going through. It's not a question of whether or not I like, say, a Harmony One or a different coin. It's just a question of what I choose to focus on right now. And it's not that I don't like the people in Harmony One at all, but we have I'll just state as a channel we've kind of changed a bit. And when the price action of Harmony One or any other coin picks up, we'll go ahead and pick up with it. But right now it's not in that position, and I think it's in that position for a reason. And since you asked, I'll go ahead and state that, yeah, Harmony One, so you guys know, Harmony One, their management board came out on April Fool's and lied about a position, okay, lied about a business, a business press release. And it was a decision on behalf of a lot of people that was problematic. So, and I think it's shown up in the price now. So it's not that I don't like it, but I think it's failing in terms of business fundamentals. And that's not a personal statement at all in terms of my feeling about the people involved or anything else. But I think it's failing in terms of business principles, and that's a fundamental flaw. So I think people need to be able to trust the business management team, the management team in terms of being honest and forthright. So that is my take on Harmony One right now, whereas other people are seeing that as a great, phenomenal investment. I'll still play it on the technicals. I don't mind at all playing anything on the technicals, but I'm not going to even really cover it in too much depth. Like I was going to do a report on it today and really come out with something positive for the VIPs. I didn't do that. I didn't do that because, frankly, I don't want them to be lied to by the management team as a joke when my VIPs are going to potentially rely on that and put their money into it. I don't want them to be lied to by a management team. That's just not what I want to do, is present some idea like that with Harmony One, where the management team's going to lie on April Fools and tell everyone they have a big new business relationship. So I view that as a fundamental flaw in terms of conducting business. And we all have flaws. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. We all do have flaws, but if I can prevent one of those, overly unprofessionally business-minded right now. I'd say that in terms of the management team of Harmony One. I think it even falls off. If you look at a meme coin has its limitations. I think we know what those limitations are, but I don't think that a meme coin is intentionally misrepresenting anything or intentionally lying. And I think a meme coin is even preferable to something like Harmony One right now, given the fact that the management company did purposely lie to people on Harmony One essentially to the internet, and that's just documented. That it's just a part of standard business was just lying to people on April Fools. So that's okay. That's their choice. They chose to do that as a joke. A lot of people didn't take it as a joke. It offended a lot of people. I wouldn't push it, or I wouldn't even push the info on it to you have to understand to a group if they were going to be lied to about let's say another April Fools or not on April Fools. Like what's the threshold there if they're willing to do that? And I think it lost a lot of momentum there. So we were talking about internet computer coin, and I always look at those essentially those fundamentals. I want to know, and guys, you can take offense to the Harmony One or not. You can agree with me or not. From a fundamental standpoint, you wouldn't want to I don't know. I wouldn't want to explain that if you guys if you're part of that VIP group. I don't want to explain to you that the next essentially the next instance wherein Harmony One decides to do something like that. And again, I don't mind it on the technicals. I'll look at the price chart as we're looking on here. I'll do comparatives, but wherein it kind of held that I stuck with the community for a while in terms of trying to really bring that to fruition and bear. But it's just not I don't know, the people who will tolerate that level of I don't know. I don't want to be too judgmental either, but I think I've said enough while covering the VIPs, letting the VIPs know that if anything like that is happening, even though I don't know, it's kind of your decision to play around with that right now. And it's probably good as the fact we're coming in, and it's probably a good thing to bring up because we're in contact with internet computer coin, right? So that may be a new issue that we're not real familiar with, kind of a different standard. Maybe it's been a good growth process for all of us. So let's look at, if we look at the future improvements to the infrastructure, we're back on internet computer coin as we're talking about the applicability of Dogecoin and whether or not it will be an international world currency, right? Future improvements to the infrastructure promise to make the network run at web speed. And the platform is designed to support the development of decentralized apps, dApps, such as social media clients, decentralized finance, DeFi services, and more. So a big rundown. You guys can read all about it, but it seems like it's fuel for computation. So it was very apt that B1 brought this up today, and it looks like it's just kind of sailing through the roof. It's probably a good thing we talked about it. And let's see if I can bring up the CoinMarketCap's chart on it, and let's see where. Yeah, it's right there at 42 billion. So let's take a look at that so you guys can see where it's at. It has achieved a real strong trajectory, and we're going to just want to keep an eye on it as we look at this. Let's look at. And you guys, this is CoinMarketCap, so you can see that, and we're looking at at the 42 billion. Okay, that's 42 billion, so it's not far away from Dogecoin. That definitely could present a threat. I appreciate you bringing that up, B1. Thank you for that's how you're supporting the community, brother. I appreciate that very much. Just bringing that up so we could discuss that in the context of facilitating world payments, etc. It just looks like, it looks like something that's really important. So let's look at the the fall off here. That's consistent with what we saw. That's the entirety of the time frame here. We remember something else that looked just like this. Do you guys recall this? Do you recall this this real strong pump to the upside? Do you guys recall this? This looks a whole lot like Dogecoin. You guys remember that, huh? And around January, this huge move to the upside, this kind of additional pump up here. It's kind of a second wave up here, and this slow, long trajectory. Do you guys recall that? I think you do. I think you do, and I think you'll appreciate the price action looks a lot similar to that. And we received a real long trajectory for a while. This is just here since since a couple of days here, but it went from nothing to something down to it's trying to consolidate, find its range. It just reminds me so much of Dogecoin in terms of the price action. Even it's currently at the price is currently around $334. Looks like it maxed out in excess of twice that. Well in excess of twice that. So it looks like the high about $731 and some really volatile trading. Reminds of Dogecoin. It just really does. So it definitely could present a problem. I'd say a problem to the top coins in general. If it has some applicability that we would expect to see it do phenomenally well. So it has it's got this I don't know, it's got the allure of essentially the story, and it's popped up on the map in no time. So it's been a great time for us to talk about that now, and just shout out to B1 Lifestyle. Really appreciate, or B1 Life. That is very, very nice of you to bring up to the entirety of the community here, and we will switch back to Dogecoin, which again is our favorite. We'll say it's our favorite, and I think it's our favorite for a reason. I don't think that I don't anticipate that that the community and Dogecoin is just going to roll over and say, well, that's fine. It's new. It's a new coin, but it may represent some I don't know, some different trade opportunities for you guys to look at as you look at the ICP. That might be something that we want to keep on the map to bring up for some additional trade opportunities, and I will bring those trade opportunities to you guys in the VIP section. We'll go ahead and do that in VIP, so you guys are aware of that. Now, it does look like just recently it's up about 28%. We'll kind of move that up because that's a good percentage. It's up 28%. It looks like it's trying to kind of retrace from the previous high, which is nice because we don't have it's interesting, we don't have a bottom line from which to retrace except from the line of zero. So we can literally draw. If you guys ever get into this, you'll learn something. We can draw from zero backwards to the top if we choose to. All right, that can essentially give us a kind of a negative, essentially we can recompute anything that's just starting out. Always start at the zero line, okay? Start at the zero, draw up to the maximum, and that essentially, if we're in kind of any retracement, it will give you the percentages that it looks like it may be operating along, and that's not too far-fetched. It looks like in line with that. We could start off here. If we start off there, we would assume it has nowhere else to go, but we do know it could go all the way to zero. So I would do that as a matter of due course. Look at it and watch it hit its different price targets, and kind of schedule this up as a frequency, assuming it had started at zero. And it didn't, but I would say that it had, because on the macro level it could retrace to these levels. or essentially go down to these levels. It is marked off at its original point. And guys, I'm always interested in price action. Always. I want to know what price action is telling me. I want to know how it's behaving. I want to know what the story is, what I can learn from it, and essentially how I can incorporate it into all my other trades. So when I look at something like this, it's not that I'm interested in it or not. It's that, what I want to learn from it, I want to apply to every other thing that I touch in the space. Okay, every other thing that I want to that I want to conquer, including Dogecoin, including any coin, in terms of pricing, in terms of bringing you information. That's why I look kind of at an in-depth level to each and everything that I really spend time on. It is just, that's the dynamic nature of, I don't know, it's dynamic to look at things at each and everything as an opportunity to really learn and conquer it for the benefit of all the other work that you're doing, all the other kind of the trading that we're doing. So that's the level of input that I try and look at. So that's how I would handle that chart, which doesn't have any pricing history. B1, I would go ahead and draw it from the 0 on up, and I would calculate down. Essentially, I would calculate down my levels of retracement in terms of putting together a kind of an investment strategy that I might be willing to look at, and that would just include being heavier weight on the downside. Okay, I would probably schedule up at these pricing levels some degree of an input schedule, but it would be very light at the top, just kind of peppering in at the top. Okay, I would double and triple down as I got it down to a lower level if I thought it was really, if I'd done some additional research and were really convinced that it's something I wanted to hold. Just the fact that it's shown up with that market cap, I'm not sure I would necessarily get into it now. I'd want to see, and if I did, it would be at a lighter level and increasing, just in line with kind of the demand curve. I would get involved more heavily, as it were, to get down, because you really can't judge the tolerance of this thus far. It may continue, it may take off. It's just kind of a random walk that it wants to do now. So let's see how it develops. I'll keep an eye out for it, and if I can bring you an update, I'll try and do that. You should join our VIP. I'll tell you, brother, you would definitely like it. We have a lot of engaged individuals who it sounds like you would fit in very well with. You're kind of on the cusp of things, and we have 54, I'm not sure how many exactly. I can check in on that, but in terms of the overall number of VIPs we've got, let me refresh my other screen while we watch this price action develop on Dogecoin. Let's see, we have a total of, we have 52. So we have broken that 50 mark, that threshold. So we have 52 VIPs. In Basecamp, guys, we have 27. And I think we had some new Basecamp guys that I did not mention. So I'm going to go ahead and mention them today. Let's talk about Slim Goody. Slim Goody, I want to say a big shout out to you. The Hamel, the Hamel, nice to have you, Hamel. Dan Dro, also nice to have you, Basecamp. And Dan, we've got Trade On. We've got some good Basecamp guys. Jonathan Powell, just different Basecamp guys. Zainal Abidan, also Lost Network. So that in Space Ranger, not sure where Space Ranger is. So, but you guys know at some point you're going to be ready to come on up, both in terms of pricing, but in terms of your let's say your trading. I think honestly that your trading will develop when you decide to get in and kind of put that membership together and get involved with the other guys that are in the crew. They're in the crew with the VIP, etc. And I think that you'll really, I think you'll develop a lot. I think it's great. I put together the private videos for them, just kind of an instructional, kind of an enhanced level of instruction that's more consolidated and focusing on kind of parameters and techniques that need to be kind of covered. So I think that they're learning, and I think I'm learning just being a part of what they're learning. So so I'll say that. Looks like SHIBA is continuing to express negative price action. It's going to probably hit this level again. If it does, I would expect another trade, hopefully to manifest. Now that the line is going down, we'll see what occurs there, and we'll get to see what next level is picked up, which is very important for the price action. As we look at that, it's now down 30%. So again, I had sent the earlier message to the VIPs in terms of case closed on that. That was a good 50% entry based on essentially this lower level, which we had called out beforehand. No one needed to experience this, guys. So I was happy that that I was able to bring that up in essentially, guys, a full day ago before that happened on SHIBA. And just looking forward to continuing to bring good information like that to everyone. So in general, and particularly to the to the VIPs. That's yeah, that's huge. You can see the price action just falling apart in SHIB, and you look at Dogecoin. It's just hanging out. So it's just recovered very well from that breakdown. Is it a fake out now? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we can just say, well, it's just a fake out. We're still on the other side of that triangulation. We're using that previous line of support as resistance now. And we've been waiting, guys. This is the price action. This is what it's been. It's just been an arduous task in terms of trying to get this price action to really manifest and move. It's turned into a real kind of a crawler, and that's been I don't know, difficult, but it's just been a new dynamic for we've been in this channel for a period of days, guys. At Dogecoin, it's been just for let's see how long. Guys, it's been 3 days and 18 hours. 3 days and 18 hours we have been in this sideways consolidation. That's really something, guys. That's really heavy, right? 3 days and 18 hours. It's almost 4 days. Wow, huh? As we're sitting here talking about the price action, trying to come up with trades. That's why, it's interesting. Some people will leave. They'll move on. And hey, there you go, Kenneth Cannon. Nice to have you. Nice to have you in Basecamp. You're gonna like the guys in Basecamp. We'll try and add to kind of the flavor. For right now, you have I think a little icon that will be able to see you. If you want to drop in the comments, let us know where you're from. Everyone, say hello to Kenneth. He's in Basecamp, and it sounds like you may be interested in. The VIP level. I'd be interested if you guys, if you're not interested, I would be amazed if you're not interested in like 50% trades or 100% trades or things like that, which, guys, we were around for, what was it, not even, was it 10 days, 7 to 10 days, and people have good stories about, hey, we came up with an idea and we got 50% in the first week. Yeah, well, in the first like 10 days of VIP, we hit a 2x. So that's nice, and I'm not going to compare us to anyone else, but we literally in the first 10 days, week to 10 days, we hit our first 2x. That's on top of all the other gains, multiple gains along the week. So just huge, guys, very impressive. In terms of the VIP, and we want it's a welcome open door. So we're looking forward. It's not one of these exclusive things, and in the nature of like, well, no one can join, or it's not like that, guys. That's not the point. It's just people who like to trade, people who like to do well. I assume that most people do, and maybe you're doing well without that. But I find the ones that are doing really well are kind of getting together, and that's why part of the reason why they're doing really well. So it's nice to see that. As we look at the markets right now, the picture and the story of the percentages that are up. And I also like to know, Kenneth, not only, essentially where you're from, also let us know kind of trading. What are you into? What coins are you into? Just go ahead and drop some stuff in the chats so that we can get involved with, what you're into. It looks like you got a computer screen in the back of you. I'm not sure. I just zoomed in on your picture, and it looks, I don't want to say you have Fibonacci's in the back on the screen, but you've got a nice little profile picture there. Nice to have you, and you're more than welcome here at the Crypto Kingdom. I'm London again. It's crypto with a K. And yeah, go ahead and I'll just say follow us over on the on Twitter, and just click in THEKINGDOM, the Kingdom. You have to scroll down to the bottom and click on go to the Kingdom. It won't be one of these people. Just go to the Kingdom. It's kind of highly generic, a very sought after thing that we have. It's very nice. I appreciate Twitter letting us have this. It's very nice. The Kingdom. So go there, turn on notifications. Definitely notifications. Also turn on follow. So hit that up, and then yeah, go ahead and reply. You can reply to this first pinned tweet and say, hi, I'm in Basecamp. Let me know what you think about the VIP club. You guys will like that. It's a lot of directed interaction, etc., that you'll get with other traders. And some of these people, very good, very good. Captain Crypto, just great kind of group. Captain Crypto, living by the beach, but made $5,000 in about 10 minutes the other day. So that was nice to hear. And we've had great success stories like that, in addition to like the 100% or the 2x that we hit. And that's why it's important that you guys join, because you're getting access to that level of information where you can develop your skills and take advantage of those things. And again, it's not financial advice. It's just it's taking advantage of kind of market savvy or market information. And of course, we all need to take care of that. We all need to take care of that as best we can, and that's how we take care of it. So that is the truth, and you guys can verify that with VIP guys. That's not me talking. That's just the VIP guys achieving that. So that's just that's a good story, and we kind of started that. It was a natural outflowing of the channel because we've been so accurate with so many things for a while, and it's like we just started to attract those types of people. And it's just on a very technical basis. It's just been something that's continued to grow. So that's phenomenal. That's the kind of crowd that I would like to continue to be around me and be to continue to present information for. In addition to, it is the Doge crowd also, which is very nice. It's the Doge crowd, and it's a lot of different crowds. It's a Bitcoin crowd. It's people who want to trade. So we find good price action. That's what we want. We want dynamic price action. That's where we're craving good price action. So as we look at all these opportunities, what we're looking for is good solid price action. So a lot of the stories may change, or we may not know totally the whole story, but we're just interested. We'd rather know the price action on 20 more or 30 more or 50 more or 100 more coins than we would to know, let's really dig into the fundamentals on necessarily 5 to 10 additional ones. We're more interested in that price action, but we also do we look at the fundamentals. I'm very interested. Does it have a management team? Does it have a dev group? Is there a use case for it? Those are typically very important factors. When I saw, for instance, on SHIB, though, I got to tell you, on SHIB, it just showed up, and I was like, we're just not going to miss this huge move that it was going to make. And so I got that out to the group. Yeah, right here. That is not it. I got it out to the group. Where's that 100%? I got it out to the VIP group, and just to be able to kind of show you again. I think you guys have seen that. Where is the it's gonna be down a little bit, but yeah, it got out to them in advance, just because the technicals were so strong on SHIB. I was like, well, this is brand new, but it looks like this is exactly what it wants to do. Yeah, and it was this that's ETC. ETC went well today. We'll check back in on that in just one second. Here it was on SHIB. This was 3 days ago before it broke out of this triangulation. I'm like, this is going to be a big move, 100%. VIP's got that. Okay, they got that in here while it was still in the triangulation. Okay, so 100%, it hit like 119 plus. So that was a big move that VIPs were able to put together and capitalize on. That was nice. And again, it wasn't advice. It's just like, this is formed to triangulation. Just like right now, I'm not giving you advice. I'm telling you, this is formed to triangulation. It's like, we can clearly see that. It's just it's transmitting that information and incorporating that into however we kind of feel that it's necessary. Let's go ahead and look at ETC, just because we have some people involved in ETC. They've just hit in the golden pocket. They're looking at what's going to occur. Let's look at the price right now, the trajectory. We have some friends, some VIPs that are in Bulgaria, I think. Nice to talk to you guys. Some of my favorite people, some great VIPs in there. They're in Bulgaria, so they're in this trade. I know it was late over there. It may be early now, and as we look at that, are we still watching this? Huh? But they're cool. They're cool enough with it. They're giving it some time, the time it needs to develop, and that's really nice. This previous level that was hit was also a nice move, a nice hit. It actually came down to this previous level, so it was kind of a magnificent, I'd say previous level, 10-15%. And some people are in for 10%. Some people are in for they're trading very heavily and they want to get in maybe 5%. That's fine. It's enough cash on the line, so we'll go with a 5% or a 10%, whatever that may be, and not need to max out at 30 or 40 or 50 and kind of push it. But yeah, those big returns are also they're fun. So we enjoy getting those, watching that money up and just multiply in the account. That's it's kind of the excitement. It's one thing that we do enjoy. So again, we're just trying to get back up into that. It just wants to do it. It wants to get into that triangulation there. It wants to work up into it, and we're hoping that it can. It's just, this can last. It just, as we look at this, guys, it can last. And this can be a saga that can go on for a while here as we look at towards the end of the triangulation. It looks like, let me go ahead and look at this. Looks like we have, Hey, look at that. B1 Life has joined the VIP restricted zone. That is so phenomenal. I'm so really excited that B1 Life, it looks like you've just kind of come onto the scene today. Maybe you've been around for a while. And yeah, I think a lot of you guys have been around for a while, and you guys have been talking about that, I think, chit-chatting back and forth in the chats. But yeah, B1 Life, everyone, just shout out to all the VIPs and all the base camp. Go ahead and give B1 Life kind of a welcome to the a big welcome to the group. And yeah, B1, if you will go ahead and drop in, first of all, just welcome. We can't express how happy we are to have you as part of the VIP zone. You're going to be getting some really phenomenal information and be interacting with some people who have some great trade ideas, a lot of technical expertise. A lot of them are very savvy. I'll just say in terms of business, overall business, don't feel intimidated at all, and certainly don't feel the need to ever intimidate. It's a nice group, but it is a lot of savvy, a lot of technical savvy and skill set. So we appreciate you, joining, and it says a lot about, I think, you and the group that you want to be in, and you found the right group. I'll tell you that. They're very dynamic. If you could put in your handle for Twitter. If you can do that, I'll go ahead and add you on the fly here on the side screen. I'll go ahead and add you to the listserv, and I'll add you to the DM chat, so you'll have that immediately. We're also working on, just so you know, we're working on just a side perk. In addition, do know on the channel front main page, you'll get on the community section, you'll get into all of the restricted VIP zone only kind of charts, etc. So you can get into all that information, and yeah, we look forward to you making use of that. And there's just this is where people kind of convene in this community sections where I'll post things and just talk about technical trade patterns, where things are going, what they're doing, and yeah, I think you're gonna really enjoy the group. And it must have made an impact that the returns of the last week have been as phenomenal. So yeah, within the first 10 days we hit a 2x. But drop your handle into the your Twitter handle into the deal here, into the chat. I'll go ahead and add that on, and yeah, it's just a small introduction to some of the people on the listserv. It's a nice list. We have this restricted VIP zone. It's got just your list, okay, right here. So this list is just really nice, and you'll be able to get into and communicate with all the individuals that are in in the VIP zone, and it's just it's really nice. It's something you'll definitely appreciate. And this is kind of your feed. These are some individuals. There's Bond. What's up, Bond? Nice to see you. A big shout out to James Bond. Okay, Bond Golden 007. We have some really strong traders, and just a good group. And you'll see feeds from Elon. You'll see all these different technical charts that are being thrown up. Some different representations, etc. What we look at also on the right hand side here, as you just take a look here, we're looking at essentially this is the DM chat. So we're going to be unfurling additional information, but as soon as you give me your handle in the chat here, I will look at completing that entry, and I'll go ahead and type on here, please. Let me put welcome, and let's go back to the price action here. We'll go back to the price action on Dogecoin. So we're watching this hopefully get back up into the channel, but I'm going to say welcome B1 to VIP. Absolutely. And we want to welcome all the most recent additions, to include the ones from Ritesh. We want to welcome Ritesh. We want to welcome Mark. Definitely Tornabine. We also want to welcome Brad Sullivan and DM Business. We also want to welcome Bruner. And yeah, the list just goes on and on from Kuwait on down. It's just, we could continue and continue. But I'm going to say welcome B1 to VIP, and please welcome him. Welcome him with me. And I'm going to say congratulations, because it's a big move. I think you're going to really see the benefit of things. And yeah, it's a big move for you to just kind of become a member and kind of support the community. And it's just phenomenal that you've made that decision. So congratulations. And I'm going to put please chat your community name, your let's say your Twitter. Please chat your Twitter name, Twitter handle, I guess, your Twitter handle here in the chat so I can add you, let's see, to the group DM and list. And there we go. And I'll put London. There we go. All right, great. So you should have that information right now. And as we look at getting this information, so your gold winter, isn't that nice? Okay, that's really nice. Yeah, thanks. You're welcome. Absolutely, you're welcome. And yeah, we'll put Gold Winter. You guys look at Gold Winter if you want to do Gold Winter. What a great name. Go ahead and maybe go ahead and follow Gold Winter. Sounds like that's a really cool name. I'll just say that's a super cool name. So very cool, very cool that you have that name with Twitter. We have The Kingdom. We're real easy to find. You know that. Just go ahead to the search box and type in The Kingdom. Scroll to the bottom. Go to The Kingdom. It won't be one of those people. Scroll to the bottom. Go to The Kingdom. Turn on follow and notifications. Make sure you turn on both of those. And I'll be, you know, in the midst of time here, I will definitely add you right now, and I'll confirm that we're adding you to B1's getting added to the restricted zone here. So we'll go ahead and add in that. Let's see, manage members. We're going to go ahead and put in. Let's see, is it Winter? It's just a great name there. Winter Gold. Huh? Let's see, Gold Winter. It's Gold Winter. So you guys go ahead and follow Gold Winter. So let's see what we have. If and let me look on here. Gold Winter. You know, I'm not seeing Gold Winter pop up. Let me go ahead and try and follow that, or let me try and search for that as well and see whether or not if that is going to pull up or not, because I think it's maybe a highly generic name as well. Gold Winter. I'm showing that the account is currently suspended, so I'm not sure what happened with that. It's not a big deal. You may need to formulate a new account, and that's no big deal. You can do that very easily. I think you can do that. So it says Gold Winter. It looks like was suspended for some reason. So I don't know if suspended or maybe there's a lot of Gold Winters. I'm not sure what all may have happened. There's underscore. There's a ton of Gold Winters. Make sure that that is your name. And it just looks like if we type that in, if I put go to Gold Winter, it looks as suspended. So it may have been, maybe you didn't I'll tell you the truth, maybe you didn't verify your phone number. All types of stuff has happened on Twitter where it's just like a lack of verification, something like that. So it may be a failure to do something similar like that. Believe it or not, I have been kicked off Twitter for a lack of what is that? A lack of verifying my phone number. So yeah, I don't. It's no big deal here. There's no big problem whatsoever. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, James Bond. If you guys can kind of work on just get an updated Twitter handle, and if you can follow me and go to that first on my pinned tweet, that pinned tweet on top. If you go to my profile, just go ahead and yeah, reply to this first pinned tweet. It says, "Hello, I'm BIP. Follow me." Go ahead and just reply in there and say, "Yes, hi. This is B1, and yeah, I appreciate you joining VIP." And just go ahead and put in there, "This is me. Please add me to the VIP server and the DM, etc., the listserv, etc." So we will look into that. It looks like joined in Basecamp. That's great. Darkin, nice to have you joined in Basecamp. That's great. We're getting a list of people here. It's really growing. The community is yeah, the community is just absolutely doing well. So here we go. We've got Al W. Al W has just joined Basecamp. So you guys, welcome, Al W. Go ahead, Al, and pull up into the group again. And you know, into the Twitter also. I'll just say that because you're gonna, next time you pull up into the group, you'll have your identifier, kind of the green badge there. You'll be able to communicate. We'll be able to you know that you're a part of the Basecamp. So Basecamp is just that group that knows they want to go up, right? Whatever it is in terms of pricing, etc., in terms of your trading skills. How you trade. You know, we formed it in along this area. We'll never forget. We formed it here because I was like, well, Basecamp, that'd be good, kind of like Mount Everest and going up. Sure, we did. We sure did, and we achieved a great kind of group dynamic there. We traded the heck out of this stuff. So you're going to be around a lot of good traders. The more time you spend with the with the group here, and that's the idea. Is like, you know, we want to be around the best traders that we could find. Like we, you know, that's the whole idea. So you've got you know, as of right now, we just got a huge number. We just had B1 join up on the VIP level. It looks like we have, let's see. Now we have to refresh these figures because we just got a lot that are coming in terms of the new members. We have 76 total members. And that's really nice. We've got a good mix now of base camp and VIPs. We have about 30, 29 of the 30 base camp. We have about 53 restricted VIP zones. So as we look at that, we can always, use more base camp, use more in VIP. It will increase the level of interaction of you. And we look forward to those dynamics playing forth. So enjoy base camp. Let us know when you're ready to move up to the restricted VIP zone. People make that move, and it's just good for the community at large. You're joining a membership here at the channel. The channel has a community, and it's the community it's the Doge community. It's the trader community. It's something that people who enjoy technical analysis and enjoy essentially, enjoy kind of trying to maximize their profits, absolutely, and minimize the risks. So, it's just a real kind of straightforward, honest, really, really dynamically talented group, and we know that you must be as well if you were forthright enough to go ahead and join Basecamp. So, congratulations, everybody! Congratulate Al W. Very, very nice, and we're getting a good group together. It's going to be cool, guys. At some point, what's going to be different about this group is that if we ever have small numbers watching, etc., we know a lot of them are members, and I just anticipate over time we're going to have a lot of people watching. We're going to be going over different dynamics. A lot of times I will go into and I'll watch the chat on another screen. I'll see people just chatting away here and chatting away in the main kind of the main area here on the channel, the super chats, etc., just the main chat room. And so we're getting the dynamic where it's going to be a lot of individuals. Most of the individuals who are here are members, and so we'll have some other people, but it just really defines the structure in terms of people like wanting to stay close knit, wanting to harness in on next levels of communication in terms of the dynamics of putting together what can be profitable for them, both individually in terms of learning and potentially even in terms of their portfolios or their holdings or their techniques and strategies. So that's really nice. I think we probably have the best mix in terms of the group dynamic that I've run into. There's different Patreons or different whatever they may be releasing different information, but guys, no one has a story like us. I haven't heard anyone with a story that the first 7 to 10 days they hit a 2x within it was not that it's commonplace, but guys, just out of nowhere, another like SHIBA today on something that's drastically falling. And this is the other deal, guys, we hit things while they're falling. Why it's like while they're falling, we're going to come up with the pricing target. This is a lot of our moves are going to be while something's falling. This on SHIBA today. I brought this up to the group, and guys, it was literally I shot it out to everybody. It was up 54%. I think at 50, I closed out. I was just I closed out whatever email essentially I'm writing up on, and just said, okay, this is a case closed. Everyone wants to know essentially, and I don't tell people when to sell. But at some point, I'm like, the bottom level, the argument is case closed. I'll just tell you that because the bottom level hit and a 50% return on this bottom level. I'm just like, that's it, guys. And I had provided that information to the group previous here too, in the charts, etc., in the kind of the backdoor solo VIP restricted area. So that's the information you'll have access to. Kind of the 50% today. Not that that's commonplace, but in the first week to 10 days, we have a 2x. We have multiple. I mean, just the overall returns have been phenomenal. 2x. We have 50% today. So things continue to be very interesting, and we anticipate they'll continue to be very interesting for a long time, as long as we continue to be able to continue to serve you guys. And that's my goal, is to do that in a way that is just unmatched in the space. And I know that I can do that. I know that you guys that you want that. That's what you want. So that makes it easy for me to decide to continue to do it. So it's that simple. It's not that difficult. It's just a decision that needs to be made. And yeah, we've made that. So that's a good thing. So welcome again. Welcome to Al W, and we're especially on the tail end of new VIP B1 Life. So it's B1, and I don't know if B1 Life, is it like B1 Bomber? I'm not sure. I'd like to know what that is. I've studied a little bit about, I don't know, nuclear weapons, some different things like that. So I think that's interesting in terms of B1 Life. That's cool. And it's LYFE. That's cool. You guys make sure, and soon we'll have B1 in the chats, etc. And maybe we'll have Kenneth Cannon also, who's just joined Basecamp along with Al W. And maybe we'll have them essentially come on up to the VIP level. I'd be surprised if they don't. Yeah, so B1 Life, we appreciate your getting involved with chatting today about the internet computer coin, about different things, and in the context of Dogecoin, it was really relevant information as the internet computer coin has just jumped on and had a I don't know, had a real forthright kind of it's just jumped to the top of the stratosphere, guys. So that's interesting as we look at that. The internet computer coin has just jumped up and it's already got a market cap that's what is it, $30-40 billion. So yeah, that's important, guys. This is yeah, it's $42 billion as of right now. It's just jumped up. I mean, Dogecoin's been around for a while, guys. It's $57 billion. This just jumped up. Like right now, in ICP, it's number 8 at $42 billion. It's right behind XRP and Cardano. People have put a lot of time into XRP and Cardano. So that's a really phenomenal thing to look at, and we appreciate B1 for bringing that up to our attention so we can discuss it in the context of Dogecoin. Guys, we're getting some price action. Dogecoin is starting to move downward. It has completed the next level of its leg. It's gone through. We have confirmed. It looks like we're moving away from the triangulation. That is not a good move. That's not what we wanted to see happen. This is a key level that was previously a support, establishing a bearish pattern. Although it was a bearish pattern, it could have been beat. It still could be beat. This could play around and dance around, guys. We have a period of, I'd say, what did I call it out as? About 2 days. We have a period of about 2 days during which time this can enter back into the mix. I will state that if it cannot reestablish and retain that triangulated pattern there, albeit bearish, which it could be beat, guys, but if it cannot reestablish that in the next, let's look at this exactly. Let me bring this up. What did we decide essentially? I'd say a day to, this 2 days and 1 hour, something like that in this time frame. By that green line, I'd say give it a little time to maybe frustrate, but we would anticipate needing to see this back up in this channel because it's not going to do any good if it frustrates down here. It might as well have already broken out. This level here that was previously the resistance, guys, along 3 touches. So it's relatively, we're very certain about this line of support, which is now turned into resistance. And you see it now moving down from that level. Now it's not gone. This could be just another kind of move in the wrong direction, whereas it could, even step back to here and then really move to re-enter that zone. But as we look at this, if it stays lower than this level, it is essentially, the argument would be, well, it may have a bigger time going forward if it stays down here of getting back above that in a harder time, even if we were to extend those lines. And we don't like to work on crisscross lines, guys. I just tell you, it becomes very messy. It's very unprofessional. It's not something that we want to do. But the whole notion is that during this time frame, there's a reason that there's a consolidation in the price. There's a constriction, kind of a confinement for a reason, both at the support levels and the resistance levels. So that kind of the constriction and the confinement in the consolidated in the consolidated manner are there for a reason, because it's expressing a specific price behavior. And that pricing behavior is essentially identifiable and gives some characteristics that we can point to within a reasonable degree of probability or predictability. So when this disappears, all bets, it's just there's a reason that we frame things the way that we do, and essentially it's to be able to profit on them in one way or another, whether or not it's on the long or the short side, depending upon which investment you're looking at or which market you're in. Doge does have options. I don't know if you guys are handling options or what you're doing. A lot of people, there are some VIPs that have been involved in GameStop, AMC, etc., that are heavy on shorts, that are heavy on different options, and you guys just kind of need to know that. We haven't talked about that too much. That is Not something that we push. I don't like people to leverage out their homes or their future or their college, anything like that. That's I'm a real kind of, I don't know, a pragmatist in terms of, just kind of have fun. If you can, I'm a believer, if you can put together 30 or 40, trades, let's say in a row, if you can put, say, 35 out of 40 good trades in a row that are just positive trades, that will change a dynamic in terms of what your capacities are, much more than pushing things out to a risky level where, well, I should have pushed that one. I pushed it too far. I shouldn't have pushed it that far. Whereas you wind up, kind of compromising your overall, I'd say, abilities in the long run, because you build up a bad track record. So I'm very practical in terms of that. And I like to see people just, yes, achieve, like the 50% was very easy. It was the bottom level, had a lot of momentum to it. And it was just an easy trade, this SHIB. The takeoff from its original point in time about 3 or 4 days ago was also very easy. Just went up immediately. That was something we called out in the charts beforehand. Just very easy stuff, guys. So you have to know your kind of the nuances, and we put a lot of time here into studying the principles of technical analysis. Let's say the New York Institute of Finance has a great book on that. Published author is John J. Murphy. And if you guys have read that book, I just look forward to you continuing to bring that knowledge to the individuals in your VIP group, and it's a group that loves technicals. So if to the extent that you're into technicals, you'll be right at home in terms of that. So yeah, Kenneth, good night, brother. Good night. We appreciate you joining Basecamp. And it looks like SHIB best exchange probably going to be. What do you guys think? Let's see. Probably, I guess Binance has SHIB right now. And there's James Bond in the house. And let's see. Yeah, absolutely, Al W. We appreciate you being here. Very nice. We're really glad that, very good. You've got, follow us on Twitter. That's great. And let's see. What do we got? Just looking through the chats for a minute while we watch this pricing action develop. Let's go ahead and expand this out, but it's looking like it wants to turn down. Not what we wanted to see. If we go to this is where I might just turn to 3 minutes, see if there's any other nuance that we could possibly put together. And now you see, guys. You see that now, and we would want to redraw our lines essentially because we're running into a different dynamic. The 3, I don't stick on the 3 very much at all. It's just it's very frustrating. But you can just see this line. It's just like it wants to get through there, and it's kind of paved. It's paved this relatively well, guys. It's just paving that as a resistance. So we would like to see maybe that not be the case. So we would want to redraw all of our lines, but you guys, on the 3 minute, you wind up getting into some trouble. I would just recommend that you try and stay on a larger time frame, something that's a little bit more predictable. You start making some decisions that you shouldn't sometimes on 3 minute or the smaller time frames that honestly they wind up costing you. So you guys, if you've played with those smaller time frames, you probably know what I'm talking about. And if it hadn't costed you yet, you probably just haven't really spent enough time at those time frames. So it's the predictability really goes up, and the reliability goes up. For instance, when we're able to look at multiple days of data on, say, a 1 hour or something like that on a larger consolidated kind of time frame, it really is it's really beneficial. So everything in the market essentially is up. We got SHIB that's off, so it is off, as well as I think Atari's off, and yeah, it's interesting. So it's just taking the overall hit, and yeah, there's a lot of market absorption. So what goes up, sometimes must come down. I'll say this: as it achieves a lower price, there's probably going to be some phenomenal volatility at those lower levels. So I'm looking forward to it going down there. If we find another 100%er, we'll get into it, guys. With 2x, we'll get into it. And you guys in the group, yeah, I had an idea. I'm going to bring this up. We'll go ahead and talk about this really quickly. Let me see if I can do this over here, and then yeah, I'm gonna bring up a. Let's see. Let me bring up. Hold on one second. Not sure I can do this. I want to try and paste in something so that you guys can see an idea that we had, and I wanted to get your input as you guys are watching the price action develop. As you see the price action develop, let's see what can we kind of determine about, let's see, a different micro cap idea. I want to come up with a different micro cap idea. And let's see. I'm not sure that I can actually do this. I may be able to do it. Dun, dun, dun. You guys ever gotten a new computer? It's like, it's a good computer, but at the end of the day, you don't, I don't know. It's not, I don't know. Between the 3090s, 3080s, 3060s right now, it's just there's not much in play, and it's difficult to find the real good hot computers right now. It's just, it's kind of difficult. So we are working on that. Everybody in here, if you guys could give a thumbs up, if we could try and get the likes up to, I don't know, whatever amount. If you haven't been here since the beginning, let's do that. If you haven't been here since the beginning, I haven't really asked, but this way, but hit a thumbs up so I'll know how many people are new that haven't been here since the beginning, to see what else we might want to cover other than the breakout of this channel, which we covered that before it happened this morning. We covered it. So yeah, let me see how many new people there are that haven't been here since the beginning. Let's see. Looks like easy one. It looks like a lot of you have been here since the beginning, so that's nice. That's refreshing. Very, very nice. If you guys have any specific questions about what's going to go on with the market, or best how to prepare, we can discuss that now. Let's see. You're in Florida, B1. Very nice. I think we got some other VIPs in Florida. You'll like the group very much. Did you? Yeah, you'll find another. I guess you'll find another. I guess, did you follow me on Twitter? That's the other question I have. Did you follow me on Twitter? If so, let's do a shout out to you if you were able to do that. And not sure. Hey, we got a few guys. That's nice. Yeah, some good looking guys, good looking folks. And those are, that's great. There's Gold Winter. What's going on, brother? Fantastic. That is fantastic. So Gold Winter 1. Is it Gold Winter 1? Okay, great. Very, very nice. Nice profile, brother. Love that profile. Very strong, huh? Very strong. Looking great. Business, corporate. Love it. Very good. Very good. Smart guy. I guarantee you. Strong business guy, huh? He's like, yes, sir. I can tell that, huh? It's nice to see that. Absolutely. You're going to feel very at home, and yeah, it's just great to have you. Definite VIP. You're gonna love the group too. It's just a good dynamic, and yeah, some hot hands. I'll tell you that much. Be1. When I say hot hands, you're gonna see like, whoa, we got some hot hands in here, and you'll know what I'm talking about, because it's individuals who are just able to trade, able to get into the you have to get into the flow. Like when you get into the rhythm of trading, and you understand, from what I've seen, some people are very anxious, or very hesitant. They want to know the pricing structure. They want to know the limitations of the trade. They have to know, other people understand you've got a pricing target. You've got a pricing target, great. We're going to enter with a reasonable amount of cash. We're going to enter. And by the way, B1 and everyone else, there is a video that I cut called How to Enter, or How to Buy Crypto. It's probably a week old, maybe a little bit more or less. That video is crucial. If you guys can watch that video, it will go through some dynamics and some different ideas and concepts, strategies, not financial advice, but guys, it will compute some things in your mind that will restructure the way you look at the market. It will avoid you ever being overexposed at a higher level. Now, you're still able to invest, of course, whatever amount you want to. That's your decision. But expose yourself to that framework of thinking. It's something that is just important. It involves the ability to double or triple down at lower levels. So if you're ever exposed at a higher level, you always maintain the ability with resource cash to double or triple down at different levels, and those levels are defined essentially by these Fibonacci's that we work through. Sometimes they may be an arbitrarily decided, or let's say a predetermined level, say a set level of 50. If it's just 50, but that's not necessarily the case. That's not that's not what we'll focus on. We'll focus on the actual calculative. So yeah, as you look at that, let's see. Yeah, check that video out for sure, and B1, and yeah, I just that's really important. Let's see, Bitcoin Diamond. People are talking about Bitcoin Diamond. That's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and add B1 to the chat, and I think you did confirm. If you can go ahead and confirm B1 that is your just go ahead and drop in yes from your profile here in the chat right now, that I have the correct profile for you that you responded to in Twitter. Please reply here in the chat is verified via YouTube that this is that is the appropriate name. I'd appreciate that. And we'll get into what else do we have. Yeah, it looks like all these details are working well. People are chatting away. The VIPs are hard at work. They are looking at new. This is gonna be great, B1. You'll be right in the mix real quickly. So we just put you into the DM, and that's gonna be fantastic. So that's positive. Let's see. So there we go, and we'll put on the list serve as well, and get into here restricted zone, edit list, and it's just a great group. It's really growing so quickly. It's really nice. We're gonna keep growing it. We're gonna see there's power in numbers, guys. You guys know that. There's power in numbers, so that's gonna be great. So Dogecoin currently still saying it's up 12%. It's kind of. It's not done with this battle, I'll tell you that. Not done with the battle, for sure. And trying to get back into, copy that, B1, thank you, appreciate that. Copy that, I received that. And as we get back into the, this bearish pattern, it's beating the odds. It can occur because right now it's achieving confirmation. Okay, it's achieving a confirmation or retouch along the previous support, which is now turned into a resistance. The further it gets away, essentially, the less likely it is that it's going to be able to bust back in and achieve the impossible, guys. There are fake outs all the time. The title of this video is called Fake Out, Huge Fake Out. So, and there's a little small question mark, but it'd be great if this were a small fake out. We just need some buying pressure to get this price back up into this zone. So we're going to be looking at that, and yeah, that's essentially what needs to occur. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and let's see what we have in the chats, if there's anything else crucial. Let's see what we have. Dun 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 dun. What do we have? Okay, Shannon, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Shannon. I haven't run across too many people as nice as Shannon. Very nice. GTC, looks like you'd love to join. You can just click on the join button, guys. You have to be on a PC, by the way. You have to be on a PC. You can't do it from your cell phone sometimes or from a Macintosh. So terms of service for YouTube won't work with a cell phone a lot of the times, and won't work with an Apple. So very interesting. You guys need to know that in terms of just functionality, whether or not you're on this this channel or otherwise. Overkill Marine in the house. What's up, brother? Miami. What's up? Nice to have you back. Let me look through some of the issues here. Yeah, we've done well. We've done a good job. Well, let's check back in real quickly on ETC and just kind of take a look. I like VIP traders who are willing to they're just, it's time to go to bed. They got the price action working. They've made whatever percentage, but they're going to know whether or not it's probably got some room or probably doesn't. And depending on how heavy they are, it's nice to see that at about 8%. I know they capped out and around, they've hit that 10 again. I'll tell you, that 10 is real crucial, right? That's the group. They just go in heavy enough. It's like they just want 10. They've hit 10. 1, 2. That's kind of the threshold mark right here. Now it can move up. It looks like it's achieving a positive price action. Kind of this flow is nice, nice flow, and it looks like it almost you almost had a little doji there, but no, That's different. I don't work with candlesticks too much, guys. I try and stay away from them. Different time frames have different candles, and you can yeah, you can have a good, kind of the trade of a century in one time frame on candles, and you can lose it real quick just because you're on the wrong time frame. So just be careful of that. Also with your fibs, be careful of your time frame. It's going to change your fibs all the time. It's going to change your fibs. Let's take a look at BTC, and yeah, what a knockdown drag out BTC has gone through. That was a drop of, you guys, that was 15%. That was 15% in a little bit of time there. That's a big move down. So yeah, we didn't want to see that. But that was Elon. It's happened before. You know, this happened recently. You guys remember that pour out here? That's when Elon sold, guys. That I believe is when Elon sold here. They wanted to test the liquidity, quote unquote, test the liquidity of the market here. And then here, you know, and it's really interesting, guys, because Bitcoin is owned by Tesla right now. They own some, have an investment in Bitcoin. As we look at it, it's interesting because, you know, think about this dynamic with Bitcoin, guys, because Elon, they tested the liquidity. I'd say the negative liquidity or the negative price action. You know, given in terms of the liquidity, they weren't. They'd already tested it on the buy side. They were testing it on the sell side. So that when they decided to sell out the whatever the amount that they did, essentially, in the context now of them stating that they don't want, or that they're not going to receive, what are they going to do? No more transactional. Let's go ahead into to Elon. One more shout out to Gold Winter. Nice to see you, bro. As we look at Tesla and Bitcoin, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. Everyone's like, wow, okay. It looks like they may be looking at Dogecoin, maybe, given this recent, do you want Tesla to accept Doge? You know, so it looks like he's all sold out to Doge, which we love. That's nice. Very nice. Good for the community. I mean, we just like price action, guys. We like price action, and we like good communities, and if people are willing to, you know, do only good every day. I mean, come on. We need a tagline like that. We can do that and trade and make money and have fun. Like, heck yeah. Have a VIP club and have a group of investors and do well. Heck yeah. We're all about that. It's get on that positive vibe and just work that thing. That's a good thing. So the liquidity, back to Bitcoin. The interesting component about this is, as he previously sold out just a portion and tested the liquidity of the market, you know, to the downside, as opposed to the purchase function, which they completed, which was to the upside, or involvement in the market as opposed to involvement out of the market. You wonder how much of this was predicated in terms of they're dabbling, Tesla's dabbling in the liquidity and saying, okay, if we're going to release this much, what effect will it have on price? We assume that amount was that fall, it was connected in terms of timing, that the fall in price was necessarily associated with Tesla's getting out, or essentially testing the liquidity, right, and selling. So it's pertinent to the degree of this. Was it predictive? Let's say a predictive component. They're testing liquidity of what happened in terms of they're saying that they're no longer accepting Bitcoin. The different dynamics of that can kind of be debated, but they're already making a move to kind of potentially get out of the market, right? They're stating publicly that, you know, now they're stating publicly they're not going to be, and to the extent that they're limited in that, I think that the complication comes in, that's very interesting, is, you know, they already tested a sale of it, so a nice sale of whatever portion they decided to sell previously on this I think on this interval here, and they tested that. Then probably to see how price would hold up. Then they're now getting out of receiving it. They've ceased receiving it from a standpoint of payment for transactions. So no more vehicle purchases. So there are two limiting factors. And I guess now, as we kind of look at the dynamic here, the component, the predictability of it is one thing, but the rollover into Doge is an important component. And I don't know, I can't help but think that there's some sort of a conflict. I look at the two kind of levels and what may be going on behind the scenes, because we do have Tesla. Right, we have Tesla, which is a major corporation, a worldwide, corporation. Elon with, essentially a conglomerate, a powerhouse in business. Everything from Neuralink to, to Starlink to, a lot of different componentries that he's put together, a lot of different, facilities. And the interesting thing to me is that Tesla owns Bitcoin. So the degree of trading that's going on with Elon and the price moves, there must be an incredible amount of coordination behind the scenes that we're not viewing for him to maintain and for them to structure out their holdings of Bitcoin along with with the pricing here. And so it's it's not, these are decisions that come like weeks in advance, right? I'm sure through due diligence, etc. And so the level of predictability just gets me into thinking, well, what have they been doing? Kind of do an assessment in terms of what they've been doing over the past several weeks. How is the move to sell affiliated with the move to state they're no longer accepting Bitcoin for cars? I think that's a big a relationship that can be defined there. Potentially, that can be explored at least. And ultimately, how is that managed from a kind of corporate governance standpoint that we could look at and say, just to understand the trading and the wealth preservation or the profitability of those types of moves? I think that's a good thing for us to kind of think of, or at least to start the discussion, in terms of wrapping our mind around some of the bigger dynamics that are involved in the test of the sale of the market, the kind of the notification that there will be no more, for now, no more sell in the market, the competition of Dogecoin, which is not in the books of Tesla, right? Which Elon has a personal interest in, potentially a conflict of interest with the actual shareholders of Tesla. So in that fiduciary duty kicks in, you look at, kind of a conflict there. So there's a lot of management that's going on in between the selling, in between the no more Bitcoin for the cars, in between Elon wanting to have Dogecoin, it being a publicly released document. And the thing that ties things in together that doesn't just make this kind of an interesting, hypothetical or whatnot, says we are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's transactional or energy, like transactional cost, right? It talks about the filth of essentially fossil fuel. Excuse me. What does it say exactly? We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transaction, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at greater cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction. So this is on the tail end of Elon, the president and CEO, making a tweet on behalf of, or is suggesting, at least involving Tesla with Doge on a very formalized basis with a response of 3.9 million people. So that potential conflict and interplay is already established with Elon and Doge and Tesla before the circumstance and the announcement that that the Bitcoin will not be going forward. This occurs after Tesla already agreed to sell a portion of their holdings of Bitcoin. So the interplay and the timing, what Tesla is aware of, the potential, the way that it would affect essentially holders of Dogecoin. I think independent of that, the dynamics on a kind of a corporate level are very interesting to look at and analyze. There's a lot of different dynamics to that from a corporate governance and a profit standpoint. Those are some nice things to explore. Given the fact, I'd say also that now we're kind of in a position where the clear answer is Dogecoin. Tesla's been involved. I guess the assumption now is, well, I guess they've been involved the whole time because he's been involved, right? So that's just, again, the fundamentals I would expect to be really incredible for, now that move right there, that looks good in terms of the price action there that I just saw of Doge. But the fundamental kind of the play on what value can it add to Doge becomes kind of very interesting, because Tesla must know about it, like on a serious level, on kind of a foundational, fundamental kind of corporate governance and profitability level. They're not going to do anything to just, and I say this, but they're not going to do anything to expose or exploit their shareholders. You would just think they wouldn't do that. So there's a lot of hurdles for them to kind of cover, and that's just some different issues that maybe you guys want to start thinking about. What do they know? What are they doing now with Dogecoin? What's kind of going on? But it's a real it's a real it's a real deal. It's a real ball game in terms of they're discussing this at the boardroom. They're discussing this at kind of their CFO is discussing Dogecoin, I'm sure. Their chief financial officer of Tesla is probably discussing Dogecoin. So, it's very interesting. And they're selling Bitcoin before they're telling the public that they're not going to take it accept it anymore on behalf of for the vehicles. So, very, very interesting dynamics in play, right? There's a lot going on. Some going on right in front of our eyes that we can draw some deductions from, and some other things that we kind of have to, kind of make some inferences in. But the inference would just be that it seems like Elon's getting his way, and his way. I'll say this: we have to discuss this after this level of discussion. I know it's been a little bit intense in terms of the analytics. It's like, okay, he's done this or he's done that, but understand this: what can we impute from the conduct, essentially the about face, something that's been highly, guys, it's been highly affrontive to the decision for him to stop taking Bitcoin has been very affrontive to the Bitcoin community. They relied on him, right? We're assuming with Dogecoin that he has, he's nothing but, right? I'm just going to bring this up. That he's nothing but, and I'm not, I'm not a huge fan of Elon. Most of us are. But we're assuming he's nothing but incredible for Doge, period. He was nothing but incredible for Bitcoin, right? And there's people just upset as to all get out right now in terms of what happened today and the logic of what he stated, etc. But he sold. He came out with that. Essentially, they have a holding. It did drop in price. And I'll just tell you, we have, there's a lot of holders of Dogecoin. So as they were disappointed today, I'd kind of like to look at the fact we don't want it to be disappointed. Whatever's happening behind the scenes that we could guess around it and talk of, we don't want to be disappointed as in the Doge community. But maybe plan for, because I did read another article today that said, is Dogecoin too reliant on Elon? Where do things go with Dogecoin if he is no longer in the mix? So I would challenge you guys, as we look at different options, as we look at different cryptos, as we discuss different investments, etc., just amongst ourselves. We have a kind of a clear policy, guys, in the deal. We don't tell people when to sell. We don't tell people, how much to buy. We don't tell them you go ahead and move that or not. We don't manage each other's money. We just don't do that. It's kind of taboo, and I appreciate the guys out in Belgium today. We're doing a good job of just reinforcing that fact. But as we look at that, always, remain open. Don't be overly skeptical about Doge at all. But that's a characteristic set of Elon that I haven't heard anyone really discuss thus far today. Is that yes, Elon, was very much pro Bitcoin. He initiated, a process by, essentially he himself individually initiated the process to inform people Tesla and Bitcoin. It's over. He has that authority. All right. Now he is this meme, kind of the pusher of Dogecoin, elected unofficial kind of CEO, right? And the extent to which we have reliance on him, I just hope this isn't part of an overall bigger trend for whatever reason that he says we're also looking at other cryptocurrencies. Let's explore this. We're also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy /transaction. cryptocurrencies. So that is a big deal. I think the cryptocurrencies. Okay. And as we do, so I don't want to infer too much, as he's stating, do you want Tesla to accept Doge? Okay. Is he going to lump it in with some other ones? What I know they're going to do the rocket SpaceX. They've got a space man. I don't think it's manned, but it's a payload capacity rocket to Mars. And so let's look at kind of the implications of a shared kind of platform with some other cryptocurrencies. Does he have a duty to do that on behalf of Tesla? There's a lot of different things we can look at, guys. What are the different, how is this going to be strategized and negotiated? It seems like a solo routine. You want Tesla to accept Doge. There are facilities in place, you guys know, to accept multiple cryptocurrencies, including Doge. That's almost the run of the mill. It becomes almost a non-event. It's like a non-event in terms of, well, yes, you can have, accept 15 different cryptocurrencies by establishing this type of an account or getting this type of a profile statement or whatever you want to do in terms of wallet access and some facilitations. It's just not complicated to do that if you're a business owner. So I don't know. I don't want him to share, but it seems like he may be sharing a little bit of his affinity definitely away from, or restricting it away from Bitcoin. And though it's still on balance sheets of Tesla, and he seems like he may be splitting an interest necessarily somehow, in spite of the tweet about, do you want Tesla and Dogecoin? Okay, that he may be splitting it now in a more formalized statement by Tesla stating cryptocurrencies. We're looking at cryptocurrencies. That was more of like a formal statement that you would give on behalf of, say, a president or a PR of the corporation, or that a PR individual or department would give out on behalf of a corporation, right? That statement that he tweeted out, very formalized, and that's on the tail end of him stating that he wants do you want Doge and Tesla, right? Essentially to pay with Doge. So some interesting dynamics. I don't know. We could do some additional analytics on it. Be interested to know what you guys think. You've probably run through some of the same considerations or discussions, and hopefully this has just gone to generate some more of that amongst you guys as you kind of develop your opinions on it. It's just, again, kind of thinking out loud and going through some of the analytics, just like what could occur. You guys that may have really great backgrounds may be able to read into some different processes. I've worked with CEOs before. I've done the financial reports for corporations and done things like that, and done mergers and acquisition analysis, various things, but reported directly to the CEO of a major corporation, and it's a very different kind of beast. It's a different animal. There's a lot of regulation. There's a lot of due diligence, both externally and internally, that occurs. A lot of corporate formalities that are very interesting, and I'm kind of fascinated by the different elements of that, as I can kind of see, based on my own experience, some of the aspects and the interactions which undoubtedly have transpired and will probably continue to transpire. So very interesting little dialogue that we could put together in terms of wanting to know exactly what's going to occur. All predictable. I'll say that, all predictable. We talked about this breakout this morning, so that was all predictable. Very few things this morning and throughout the rest of the day have caught us. Very few things in terms of price action have caught us by surprise. Definitely Bitcoin. I'll say that was an aggressive move to the downside. This was not so much. I'll say also that it looks like that Dogecoin's recovered quite well if it can get back up into that price zone. So those of you who've worked with corporations, et cetera, you probably enjoy thinking about the same types of issues. If you haven't worked in a real corporate context with some of the board members, et cetera, it may seem like a bunch of jargon or just kind of needless talking about Tesla and this and that. But it's, as you understand the inner workings of the board of directors of a corporation, major corporation, then publicly listed, you can kind of wrap your mind around those different details a little bit differently. So we'll see what happens. I hope that we don't have to split the profile of Elon with multiple coins now, and it sounds like that may be occurring. You got to think of the shareholders probably have a lot of different coins and interests. 21%, we didn't pick up on that. 21% said no. Do you want Tesla to accept Doge? How many are shareholders? Very interesting, huh? Is it a majority situation? Is it something like that? 21% say no. Interesting. How many are shareholders? What are the objections to it? Is it viewed as inherently unreliable? There's just some different things. You start looking at kind of the fiduciary duties that are involved of a CEO and a president. There's just some different things that we should talk about now while we have some time to think and watch the price action develop that could be pertinent later on. So yeah, those are just considerations. So there we go. That's my brother right there. That's James Bond in the house. It's great to be around. James Bond. Yeah, we can look at MATIC. Absolutely, would be happy to look at MATIC. Let me pull this up, and MATIC has been through it, huh? First level of the fibs hit, right? First level of the fibs hit. It is trying, huh? They're gonna. I don't want to say it's forming a bull flag, right? It's just it wants to, doesn't it? It's just these bull flags are real difficult to wind through, without getting involved at level 1, level 2. I mean, just you really have to push up through these. If you wanted to draw something on it, you definitely could. It just gets to the point where it's difficult to. They're difficult to really break through to the upside. It'd be a huge move if you could. Let's, oh, that's the wrong thing to clone. Let's see. That'd be a 40% move to the upside if you could pull that off. Huh. Be a nice move. What do you guys think? Yeah? On an Elliott wave basis, you should be about done. You've got let's go with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be about done. Of course, it can push up. Yeah, I mean, MATIC has been beautiful. Yeah, we hit this right here. It went for 75 cents. This was our entry in here, about 75 cents. It went to $1 in no time. I mean, it just the price action was beautiful. We've been involved in a lot of different trades on MATIC, so yeah, very well done. Yeah, good to be able to share that information with the crew. You did find your first level, okay? Your first level of Fibonacci. Your Fibonacci's came into the context here, and well, interesting. It looks like you've already gone through your golden pocket almost perfectly. That's nice. Make sure this is drawn well, just on the micro interval here as we look at the, how far does this want to go down in the lines? You've already hit it. The market maker's already gone down there to pick up people who had an order. This is why it's just so important, guys, to look at that. People have already made 20% just hanging out on MATIC throughout the day. I gave this to you earlier on the day, so you guys have already made. A lot of you made 20% on this move today. Nice job. If you hit 4, guys, and that's within an hour, you're just bam hitting 20%. Just put your order in. He's gonna pick you up, right? Right at the 65 too. Right at the golden pocket. Let's look at this. Yeah, you're literally spot on in the golden pocket. Look at this. So we brought this information to you, to the VIPs early this morning in the form of posts, and yeah, very well done. Good job. You guys picked up. He picked you up, and it was just a nice move to the upside. Just boom. Looks like on a smaller interval basis, just immediately easy move of about 10, 15. I'd say easily 10, 15%. You have to watch the velocity on that. But from you had some good moves today. I'm glad I brought that to you guys. Glad it's funny for me to look at other stations are will get on the bandwagon with something, and I look at them and I'm like, all right, it's like we're the guys that are trading MATIC. Like, what are you guys talking about it now for? I kind of get like that because I look at it, I'm like, you don't even know. Our guys, we've been trading MATIC. We've been making a lot of money on it. It's been going very well for us. Now you're telling everyone else you're getting into your crowd, and it's like you're not even talking about the right things. You're not talking about price targets. You're not talking about price action. You're not talking about the move from the channel. I mean, it's like, well, they have a general idea about it, and it's just kind of regurgitated. It seems like a very generic regurgitation of kind of a different story with different names. The same story with different names. You know, it seems like that. So I'm glad that we have, I'm glad that we have the dynamics that we have in our group. And let's see if this has reached what it needs to reach. No, it hasn't. So that's surprising. Just surprising. Not to the extent that this is a poorly formed, it's just poorly formed. So still within that, you really have to get into this. It's a surprising bull flag that is, you know, frustrated upon the exit. I let people know about it right here. You guys in mid, you guys are new in mid form here. I informed people in the VIP that it was a potential trade on the breakout. Some people just said, "Fine, we're getting into it," and it was a phenomenal trade. We really traded well from that. Some people making 30%, etc. Then up from that, another essentially a 60% trade just in a number of days, kind of 3-4 days, 60% on that. So that was the identification, the timing of that, and just really phenomenal. So yeah, very well done on MATIC. MATIC. And let's see what we have. What else is moving? Doge. I mean, we've got tons of stuff. I've got these pretty much scheduled up to kind of understand. Everything's just recovering. ETH is over 4. Let's see kind of what it looks like. That's a deep dig. That's tough. Looks like it may be done for a minute, guys. It can pick back up, but it looks like it's done for a minute. You got a complete retracement, okay? In here, it can power back up and do something impressive, but you've got barely. You have kind of a de-escalation occurring. I'd say a de-escalation in terms of if you were to look at and you guys will just understand the power of your Fibonacci tools to start on this interval. You experienced a retracement to the 50% level. If you go up to the next level, use your retracement tool, you experienced a retracement not to the 50, but to a more severe level, to about the 78.6 level. If you you have more of a retracement here. Less of a retracement means bullish, more bullish. You would have liked to have seen that repeat. It didn't repeat. As you look at the next one, it was 50% retracement. Then it went to 78, more than a 78.6% retracement. As you look at the next level, you have a full retracement. So you've gone from only a 50% retracement to a full more than 78.6% retracement to now a full retracement. So that shows kind of this gradual scale of a kind of like an increasing level of retracement, a kind of a more of a bearish activity that is occurring now. Within that context, you do have, it looks like also you do have some stronger moves, a stronger move here to the upside. So it did compensate for that. You can do that again, but now you're in a position where if you do that again, if you just recover to the same position, it's going to get you're going to lose some stability there. It's just not that's not technically sound that you would continue to set higher highs and the same low. Higher highs and the same. That just doesn't. That's not the definition that we would want to look to for any kind of a bullish trend. That's not bullish. It needs to move up in terms of the new highs and up in terms of the new lows, and you've compromised that now. So as you guys may hold Ethereum, I would just pay attention to that statement right there, or at least that real quick rundown in terms of where the price action is now and where that may affect things going forward in the near term. So we may be up for kind of an overall retracement based upon some different levels of the price action, which that'd be a good place to start right there, guys. Be a real good place to start if we were to do always get back to a level and around here, and that's why it's a good place to start. You guys see the fulfillment of the entirety of this top level zone, this red zone. that's your fib right there. That's the fib you want to use. The one we just drew is probably the proper fib, because it is fully being you know, maximized here. Now, you'll say, well, everything today was just by chance because the market, because of Elon. But this is where you get into the dynamics of technical analysis. Trump, you know, essentially, you know, conquering or beating the psychological fundamentals, etc. It's just like, well, this looks like it was perfectly planned. So that's nice that this occurred and that we achieved that. Now it looks like you may be in for some degree of a correction or some degree of a retracement. So again, nothing real fatal, but that's just part of the price action. And you can see that maximization of the top channel, that 23.6% retracement is kind of crucial in terms of determining that. So that is very positive, very positive. And let me see what we have. Let me go ahead and look into what do we got here. What do we have here? Let me go ahead and maximize this, get into some chats, make sure we're good on the chats. So there's James, digging it. Shannon, nice to see you. And what else do we have here in terms of, just wanted to check in a little bit. Yeah, if you guys have not joined VIP, I'm just going to bring that up again because we have a lot of VIPs here. Is the join button there on your screen. If you're not on a PC, you need to go to a PC, not an app or your cell phone. Go to a PC and join along with, like, you know, James Bond is here. You know, James is he's from Australia, a real good guy, one of the greatest guys that I know in this space, really good guy. And he is, you know, really a great VIP. Just dedicated traders that are, you know, very involved in just essentially in the formation and the development of themselves as a trader, and just very strong, you know, characters that are willing to look for those perks. Again, just the perks of the trading ideas. You know, 2x within the first 7 to 10 days on a specific trade, multiple other trades, just, you know, people clearing 30, 40 plus percentage a day, just on the consistent, guys. We work very hard. This 100% trade, definitely going out, and that was delivered directly to the you know, to the VIP crew as a perk, and kind of a back on a back channel that we have. So yeah, very positive in terms of the returns that we've been hearing about, just directly being achieved, and that's the way we want it. So also we'll shout out to Ritesh again, and Mark Tornabine, Brad Sullivan, DMS Business, Bruner Samuel, B1 Life, absolutely. And so just good people. We got all the way back to Bent Frog, Overkill Marine. Bent Frog was one of the first guys. He's really experienced a lot of the good trades. Kind of the overall strategy has been very good. Jellica, we have Emily, we have Lars, Matt S, Adam, Kent Gifford, AJ Crypto, Soho Trader, New York. Okay, Jeff Arnett, David Sweet, just great VIPs, guys. Really great to know all you guys. Marion Daniel, Paul Watson, Nikaya, Ryan. Let's see, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. I think Ryan just, sorry, you want to join VIP. Jay Baggs, VIP, Longo. Daniel Arant, James Bond, of course. Jay, just to run through a few more names here. Crypto HQ, Emily. Great to have Emily. And let's see. Keon Doyle, Nico, Val Evanishing, Danico, Omer. I wonder where Omer is right now. He's in Australia. The Dude Abides. There's Shannon. We have Gabriel Rodriguez also. We have Marcus. We have Wow K, Martin. Martin is base camp, actually. Jeremy Bolak. Terrence, Asian 7, Adam Beach, Beyond the Badlands, Marco Suto, love that. Jay Suave, Daryl Miner. We have Amor Fati, Overkill Marine. And guys, that's, yeah. So you're seeing we're just putting together, we have 83 total members right now. we have 53. Let's see, 50, 60, 70, yeah, 82, 83, yeah, that's right. We have 53 restricted VIP zones. So you guys are really getting a leg up in terms of, putting together the pieces, okay, in terms of communicating. It's going to be really great. So as we look at, I don't know, let me look at the one more issue over here, and then we'll kind of decide what we've got going on. Let's see. So your knowledge applied to KSM. Well, that's great. That's great. Joyride, nice. Yeah, absolutely. Joyride. You'd love. Yeah, the group is really strong. It's surprisingly capable. I'll just tell you that. Surprisingly capable for a group that's come together and just, we're highly technical, brother. We focus on. You want to see like what was that I just brought up? This, for instance, went out to. Bam, this type of level workup goes out to individuals. And yeah, you hit the golden pocket. We just focus on precision. So, that we focus on high levels of precision. So, this was a strike at the golden pocket, defined kind of price targets, everything else that we're able to bring to the group, potential levels of investment, etc. And yeah, that's what we focus on, Joyride. So, yeah, you should definitely join. I wouldn't tell you if it weren't achieving some great results. That's ETC. We were on today, multiple levels. We hit 50 on SHIBA. It's falling apart. We predicated. I sent over a notification last night to the fact that SHIBA was going to fall through the floor. It was breaking down from its pattern, and yeah, it was just we're very into that level of detail. So that's what we enjoyed doing. And this was the breakout of SHIBA to the downside 1 day ago before it broke down. So people were protected on that. And yeah, just then we target up everything. So it's just very much communicating specifically what's going on with the price action. This specific one, you had a 50%. That's nice. This was a 50% after multiple percents at different levels just within SHIBA. So we play the fibs real hard. We buy low, we specify up, and we look for good price action. So you identified one, that's nice. We identify one at different levels, hopefully all within the same day. So we're 20 on 30 on 50 on whatever we can get on the right one with the right kind of levels, and just believe in good trades, whatever that is. We don't tell people when to sell. We're not big into that. Nor everything's kind of an example. It's not financial advice. It's kind of an example, what might work. But if people have a different strategy, I'd love to hear it. I always say that, do your own calculations, and yeah, that's what we look forward to looking at. We're interested in Dogecoin when it moves slowly. We bounce around a little bit. A lot of the crowd just wants to only hear about Doge, but we're kind of yeah, classic style of the middle, yeah, to the market. Absolutely, we John J. Murphy principles of technical analysis. Right, of the commodities or future market. John J. Murphy, that's the kind of the book we go by. I've got a Duke degree in econ and certification in markets, and just very heavy on technical analysis. That's kind of the book that we go by, New York Institute of Finance book. So we're not just coming up with an idea from the internet. It's actually very, very solidly determined kind of level of business acumen and kind of technicals / logistics / approach that we bring to the table. We bring the heat as much as we can, and you got some people in the VIP with some hot hands. They're doing very well. Smooth crew too, just smooth. Congratulations to all you VIPs, because you're very smooth. Some of you are very, very capable. Understand, enter into a trade, no stress, no anxiety. Just let the price action work. We always try and double or triple down. If we're overexposed at a higher level, we'll double or triple down. And so we'd be happy to have you. Yeah, so anyone who would like to join VIP, you'll decide if it's if you're interested in making profits, you'll join. because they're making profits. And yeah, you can watch some old streams and make your decision. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So let's see what we got over here. Just watching the price action of Doge. Let's see what we got. Just hit an alert. We just hit, let's see what happens. Just got a trading alert. So let's see what we got. Just pulling up some stuff on the side here. Look at some details. Yeah, we'll look at some different opportunities, some different coins, etc. We cover, you know, we focus on positive price action and technicals on whatever it is, and we identify the ones with the best potential. With the we like a management team, we like a dev team, development group, or development team, and we like a utility to it. So that's what we focus on. Typically, something's new to the market or the space, then we'll go ahead and yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. So you know, SHIBA was an example. We decided for SHIBA, why not go ahead and throw it in. It was an easy 100%. That was easy. So we put it up there. It's got some, you know, I had to say this. It's got some recognition now. Valitek founder Ethereum donated today $1 billion in SHIBA. I think it's a huge legacy. I think it's a huge move for the coin and kind of what it represents. It's down, you know, it's completely closing this out. That's fine. It was a big profit maker today for people in the group that traded this heavily. We talk about heavy trading at this lower level, the heaviest trading here. So heavier trading here, we double and triple down as we get down into this. Just because at lower prices, it makes sense to have more demand. That's the generalized strategy. That's the generalized computation with the market principles that at lower prices you'll have more demand. So also you'll have, if you have equivalent moves at different levels, you'll achieve a greater percentage vis-a-vis or compared to the actual price at a lower level. So $1 is more to $1 than $1 is to $10. So if you move $1 at $1, it's a greater percentage. So we deploy more dollars lower, and we're lower than we do higher. And then we also ensure that we're not getting stuck at any kind of higher level. So yeah, it's phenomenal right now that it looks like, yeah, SHIBA is the only one that is down, and that's fine. We had anticipated that this morning. We came up with that, you know, last night, a day ago. We brought that to our VIP guys just to let them know, hey, it's breaking down. You know, adios for a minute. Then we just traded the fibs real heavily in here. We also traded the fibs today on ETC. We also traded the fibs today, you know, on MATIC. So yeah, just good times, good trades, and good people. That's essentially what we've been doing. A little surprise on Bitcoin, and you know, we'll talk about my own holdings, but yeah, it's all right, Elon. Just have at it. Why don't you? It's an interesting day for news. So I'll tell you what, guys. Since it's kind of late, it's about 2:20, it looks like we've gotten some new members, and we've covered some details. You guys know what's going on in terms of Dogecoin. We're trying to break back into that bearish pattern to try and conquer and do more than we thought we could do. which is maybe get back in here and try to recover, because the downside of this is not real funny if the pricing target is just not a nice pricing target. So I just understand that as we look at this, to recap, we're in a descending triangle essentially, and that is a continuation pattern. It's supposed to kick out to the downside. I brought that up this morning to you. I brought that up this morning in the term of to the tune of to include pricing targets, the worst case scenario, worst case pricing targets. So when we look at this, it's just we brought this up this morning. Very few things have happened this morning, or throughout the day, I'll say, that we didn't kind of cover in the morning video. So we don't do a morning video all the time. It takes a while to cut them, but we do get them out when things are critical. So we wanted you to have trades today. It looks like you guys in the VIP has some great trades today. So what I'll tell you is we will get with you tomorrow. In the meantime, let's just watch if this can recover into this phase. At any point in time, it can decide to. We have a long, kind of almost lethargic, but just, let's say, slow and deliberate is a better way to categorize the price action on Dogecoin. And we appreciate all of you being a part of the team here. It seems like Joyride. It seems like you, if you're rogering up with Bond, you belong. So after we get off this, you can go find your mechanism and join up with VIP. You'll like it, brother. And I wouldn't tell you that if you wouldn't. So you guys take care of yourself. This is London with Crypto Kingdom, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you tonight and bring you this live stream. We'll continue to do these. Try 7 days a week. And in the meantime, I always tell people that continue, let's say real easily, remember to sleep well, remember to eat well, and remember to invest in those relationships, guys. Eat well, sleep well. That's easy, because you get really into the market. That's not always easy though. But also continue to invest in those relationships that you thought were important and worthy of investing in before you actually started trading. So the wife, the family, the kids, the husband, whatever it is for you, the neighbors, this and that, your friends, continue to maintain those relationships, your job functions, whatever that is, in addition to enjoying the market, because it can sweep you away. You can get really involved in it. A lot of people do. So that's my 2 cents at the end here. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and we will talk with you soon, and hopefully have maybe another video for you guys in the morning, or at least some different trade options that we'll release to this backdoor channel, and we look forward to